Okay. And we are live, back with Esoteric Ebb. First of all, hi everybody, hi. Okay, so last time, we went really deep into the below the city. We found our star witness, Frank, son of Frank, who turned out to be a trade prince of the Free Starter Republic, who indicated to us that they saw with their glasses of detect magic a invisible figure leave the scene of the crime, who apparently is going to be a mage, an arcane mage, and enter inside the Pillar of Yore to teleport himself out of the crime scene. So I think we have a perpetrator, but now we require an highly esoteric being to help us enter that gate. We discovered that there's an eldritch being in the sewers who hired a warlock to try and assassinate us because they thought we were going to mess up some prophecy, but actually they were wrong about the prophecy, so now they're on our side. We are going to try and solve the Sphinx's riddle. Apparently you need to use cantrips for it, and I think we have all the cantrips in the game, so we'll get it eventually. And anything else? I'm thinking. I don't think there's anything else. We'll see. Let's get started. Boop. So it's election day, which means probably a bunch of stuff is going to happen before we get to go back to... Session notes, it's almost time. We're nearing the end. Last time, you found Meriadoc, the star witness you've been looking for all campaign. He told you about this invisible smoking person who entered into a pillar. As crazy as it sounds, you're certain you need to follow. Because it's going to be day 5 in election day, there's probably going to be a bunch of unique stuff happening. So we'll try and see what happens on our way to the Sphinx. Let's go. Also, me cast enhanced attributes. Boop. I'm probably gonna need the bottle that gives me advantage against elementals. Plus 3 wisdom is pretty strong. Slow region is not that strong. Where's my bottle? Yeah. It's actually more powerful like this. We don't need a slow region. Let's check out the temple. This is where the action is supposed to be happening. Might be able to cast a vote. But I don't think Ragn knows what to vote for. Look at that. So I've come to realize that the strength aspect of him tries to follow in the footsteps of his father, who was killed by a troll. Ooh, also we do need a new voting card. Oh. Nothing going on. Okay, looks like nothing exactly special is happening. Maybe election is the day after. Yeah, let's go and talk with the Sphinx and solve the riddle. And then we can go and get Chanel and report with Lady Sageleaf. Let's go. The bar is this way. We have the key now. So I can get in. And solve the riddle. Okay, so it's Arcane, Primal, and Divine. So either Mage Hand. No. Dancing Light. No. What if I go like this? Aha! Okay, and then Primal. And then Divine. Boom! Got it. An easy riddle. Open up the vault. Yeah, so we just need to stand on a specific spot for that to work. Okay, I did it, Sphinx. Easy peasy. My. Do go on in there if you dare. Let's see that one more time, little one. Okay. We have my dancing light equipped. This kind of looks like emptiness. Did I just go out of bounds? The beyond? Oh yeah, a chest. The deck of many things, minus 4 wisdom. A deck. You're holding a deck. A deck of cards? Yes. A deck of cards. It feels heavy in your hands. There is death in the deck. He says an overwhelming power looking at you. A voice in the beyond telling you, commanding you, close your eyes. Why should I close your eyes? The darkness wins. You do as it asks. Or perhaps the darkness simply accepted you as its own, as it develops the rest of you. Huh? What? The deck of cards is still with you. Should I draw from it? You could do that. But it is wise to not. Am I dead? No. Not this time. For you have been moved. Oh ho! Open your eyes. As you do, you find yourself on the floor of the tavern. The Gyno Sphinx sips on her wine barrel and laughs at you. You found it then, how interesting. In front of you on the ground you see a fancy zinc container. The deck of many things is yours, do with it as you please. Okay. Let's draw a card. Where is it? Ahem. What can go wrong? It's heavy in your hands. One card juts out invitingly as you hold it up. Fate is sealed. The cards are placed. Only the wild dwarf can ever change this order. The wild dwarf. Let's draw cards. Are you certain? Statistically, according to legends, it would be an incredibly stupid idea to do so. However, if you must, then to reiterate, if your first card's negative, draw one more, then stop. That should maximize your chance of getting something decent out of it. Draw! The vellum material of the card feels light as you grab it. You hear a whisper, a groan. A deep, unnerving part of you is screaming to throw everything away through miraculous fate. You flip it over. It says skull. Deep, unending dread. Why is this horrible? Then the mimic is no more. No, the mimic! In the darkness you see a figure, a silhouette. Hello, it says. No, it is the darkness. Hey? Been a while. You feel at home hearing its voice. Huh? Never mind, let's just get it done. I'm probably busy, so let's just say this is my least favorite part of the gig. What? Huh? I am deaf. Oh. And you're here to... I'm here for you. Are you ready? Dang it. Bad card. No. I have a prophecy. Didn't get it. You open your mouth. No, we don't have time for that. Shit, don't you... Try again. Aha. Convince them. I got it this time, I think. Yay. There's... What? You need to see the leverage. Go for the leverage. There's something I can give you. Give death? Freedom. I can give you freedom. Freedom. Go on. It's clear by your act here that your position as this avatar of death is not something you choose, so I'm here to tell you. I'm an altruistic and powerful spellcaster. I wish to uncover the secrets of death and release you from your shackles. Oh. You would do that for me? Yeah, sure. In that case, I would have to let you go. Really? No, I'm kidding, but good try. Aw, man. But really, I do feel the sincere insincerity of you in your words. I usually bend the rules, but for this once I can let it slip. So I just, yeah. Oh, alright, I talked myself out of death. Cool. Then the darkness disappears and you find yourself standing in reality once more. Holy hells. Nice guy. One more card. It says Jester. As the card turns to dust, a tiny cloud of grey wraps around your hand, leaving a mark on your wrist, one you believe to be ashes first but appears to be permanent. The image of a smiling, winking face. Huh? How strange. The face is spinning your string along a tube. It will go smoother. The Jester, the best card in the deck, will cause you to succeed in life, from what you've heard. A permanent advantage in life. Try jumping as high as you can. Advantage Jester. Oh. That's pretty strong. You jump a decent amount, but you feel as if it was easier than normal somehow. Alright, let's stop here. As you decides to not draw another card, the deck appears to react to it. The card jutting out retracts in an instant. The zinc begins to glow faintly blue. Then with a quick pop, the deck and all the remaining cards suddenly disappear from your grip. No fanfare, no acidic particles, just went out of existence. Alright then. So I guess now we have a permanent advantage on everything. This thing takes a sip of the wine barrel. Little one. Deck of many things. This is your reward, yes, but first I must congratulate you. Very well done, clerk, for solving my riddle. Wasn't that hard. She goes right and sips her wine. Quick reverse. It was a very well designed riddle that pushed me to my intellectual limits. That's better. She can tell you're humoring her, but her eyes glint with pleasure. That's the thing about compliments, they work no matter what, usually. She sipped on her wine. The esoteric challenge of it is the biggest hurdle, of course, and while I want to avoid inflating that ego of yours, little one, you do have quite the mastery of restraints. Please, some type of natural... Come with me. Should curious too if she would head down again. I don't think we're headed down. We are headed into the pillar. Actually, no, we are headed down. Oh wait, no, to the layer. This way. The lower layer. And then down to the city below. And then to the Demi-Lich's place. I don't mind fighting the Demi-Lich, but I'd rather not. Boop, 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 boop. Down this way. Right in here. Boop, 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 boop. And then over in here. And now we need an emerald. Hello, I'm back. Cleric! So loud. Can I have the emerald? For what? I'm going to ask the local sphinx to turn it into a key for me to enter the beyond through the Pillar of Yore. That sounds absolutely crazy! You will die by following such a road. Great! He grabs the emerald with his teeth, making a clinky noise, then tosses it into your chest. Go wild! You're unsure if this guy ever was smart, or if it is just his mind slipping in his undeath fugue state. Either way, it's a win for you. Right, that was easy enough. Boop, 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 boop. I knew you'd be on board. I'm just that good at making friends. As Meek can attest to. Travel to Tolstad. There we go. And here we are. This way. I'm not sure how to revivify that one corpse using 300 monies. I have the money, I just don't know how to revivify them. I need help. Here's the emerald. Yes, there it is. She grips it between her two claws, holding it up to her large cat-like eyes. You have a vision, a terrified mouse hanging by its tail. There's no reason to feel bad, it's just an inanimate object. Are you sure you... Wisdom, what happened to wisdom? Do you use some specific power to attune it? No. She has the gemstone back to you, huh? It is done, I've attuned it. Already? This lyric is not always so showy, you know. She lets out a purring laugh. Take this on the pillar and it will allow you entrance. In fact, it will remain open for any other companions as well. It's so sad. It's a sad look she's giving you. Happy to see you again, cleric, if you survive the journey. I'll be back. I'll always come back. She bows her head. The Sphinx is worried for your health. And your soul. We'll be fine. Now, any quests we gotta wrap up before we go in there? Election a week. It is election a week. Milk. I've not managed to sell any milk. It's all completed. I don't know how to spend that. I never met back with Lord Darrow. Look at that, there's a couple of points here. Oh, hey. One thingy. Let's see what we get from a feat. Who would have imagined such a thing? The beating of life upon the shores, each wave another painful twinge. The hearth laid square, blood in veins, fear in glands, peace upon earth. The smoking man in the pillar. I'm ready to dive in. Diving down, this is up. Secret laid bare, soon-ish. Which method? I used the gemstone to open the way. A creature of ancient breath, its wisdom brought in divine slop. Grand vision, little love, drunk on life and its promises. She's not a force of good no longer. Now she's but a spirit for barrels and drinks. The path forward lay clear nonetheless as your journey comes to a close. But, who is the man, the smoking man? It's the magician. Snur is smarter, detecting trouble, seagull, Riggs bitter, Lady Sage Leaf. It's me, it's Nels, Viskin, us, Raz, Doppelganger. The Doppelganger excuses was kind of getting old already in Baldur's Gate 1. The Duck, Kraid, Askel, Alphas, Arn, Avicness, Bondeval, Braxo, Brr, Lady Shamar, Drummer, Fredis, Lord Gorm, Gorgalash, Lisa, Meek, Prince Meriadoff, Askel himself risen from the grave, Moongor, Nissan, Ulzis, the traveling merchant, the potion seller. I need my glossary. Ah, man. I don't remember the name of the mage. Culervo. Your gut is telling you, no, that is untrue, not the case, false. It was just a random guess, yeah. An arrow in the dark, however, in that you shall find the dark belly of the soul, that which hides within, spews without. As will you, the heart, the beating thing which dreams of a world without strife, one of love and community, of friends. One friend, dear. Hartamit. It's very close now. It almost makes you think of what you will find in a different light. A question of broad implication. In effect, why did this happen? What is this burning stake of a quest drawing to your flesh? The thought causes your muscles to tense up and cramp. The question you've been asking yourself since you were 5 years old. What is a good man? Does it seem that they're all dead and buried long before your time? Good man. It drives you and fuels you. When you survive a death saving throw, you get back up at 1d20 HP. It's pretty good. Each level of exhaustion grants +1 to each d20 rolls of -1. That's pretty good. It was a bit late. Dark Belly of the Beast. Resistance to all damage when below 50% HP. Dark Belly of the Soul is good, but I think a good man is just basic invincibility. With this, you know, one step has been taken in the right direction. Any feats we don't want. We won't need Lady Fair, but I'll keep it. That's good. That's one's okay, I guess. Nah, I'm gonna keep all this. Oh, we got an extra magic item slot. +2 intelligence, +3 strength. Boom. Massive strength. Look like a real adventurer now. With all these magical stuffs. So it was a constitution thing to have more items equipped, huh? Okay then. Let's get in there. I think we've done all we could. Basically. Apart from the milk. I don't know about the milk. Maybe I'll be able to sell the milk to the bad guy. And then kill him. And question mark milk, maybe. We'll see. That's it. Begin the process of entering the pillar of yore. Standing at the pillar, you feel the world upon your shoulders. If you do this, there's no going back. The gate may never allow you to return. Make sure you finish all your other quests. But don't worry too much about the loose ends, unless you're all gonna act all quest obsessed. And check up on your consumables and so up. You don't want to run out in the beyond. Are you ready? Your soul is ready. It's the point of no return. You'll be given a free long rest once you choose the method into the pillar. With those thoughts out of the way, how exactly would you wish into the pillar? Using the gemstones from Ulysses will lock you into that path, but it could take you some time to activate it properly. Little over the situation, Aether descends from above. She's ready to go with you. Not ready yet.
Huh?
Who wants to buy the milk? They don't want to buy the milk. It's you. What can I buy? I'll try and keep $200. Esoteric shard. 10 pieces of incense. A dream patch will be useful. This casts a level 3 spell. Oh, jeez. Newspaper boy, do you want to buy some milk? I think we already asked him.
Huh?
No, I already asked him. What about the devil guy? Yo. If there was an dangerous aberration hanging around underneath the city, would that be illegal? That's a fun question. Entirely hypothetical, I hope. Stare at him. Let's put it like this. The city of Norik does not enjoy any illicit creatures roaming below. Ever since the last big CBC, that city below crusade, there hasn't been too many problems, just the occasional pop-up. If there really is a big monster below, maybe go talk to your patriarch about it? Maybe get another crusade going? That'll be fun. Yeah, sure. If you really want to get resources for something like that, you really gotta have the public outcry first, so, you do you, cleric. Excuse me. What did the cat ever wanted any milk? The hag didn't want any milk. We never actually asked the cats if they wanted milk. So you never know. Maybe. Do you want anything? Melancholy. A bit of a reminder of a dream long lost. You saw the edge of a goblin. She has a flower crown on top of a ruffled... I know who nearly is. Listen for a bit. Oh, those poor few dreams wrought in zeal and doubt. Shepherds brought far to western shores. Our hearthy cradled by gracious river. Then should be blessed earth so cool and stout. Raises thee from ruins at home at night. You want any, Your frustration is palpable. Hey, want any milk? It was a good song, but I want to know if you want any milk. We already talked before. You truly yearn for music, but you have what it takes. Ask for a song. Come on. Oh, plus 12. Demanded but softly. There's no yelling. Okay. Sing me a song, Goblin. Make it a good one. I don't normally get requests, but I can make an exception. She plays a chord that gives you a deep sense of relief. You're not sure where it's from, but you know where you've heard it before. As she intensifies, the music takes over. Your body starts to move. Time she finishes, you feel energized, fresh, even free. Thank you. Nothing about milk. Oh well. Maybe Lord Darrow would want some milk, but I don't know where he is. I can't meet with him, so meh. Let's go inside that pillar. I don't feel like going all over the place. We'll just be 10,000 monies in debt, it's fine. Let's go. Use the Sphinxatune gemstone to open it. As you do the gemstone, you feel it tingling in your hand. Ulziz was very much correct. The emerald is now attuned to the pillar. It throbs excitedly as you bring it closer. And instead you watch it begin to fade. Look at the gem. Within seconds, the stone is almost translucent into your hands, then gone, as if turned into thin air. In your mind, a voice whispers to you in an alluring tone. It'll take some time, cleric. Just wait a moment, the gate shall open soon. Just wait a bit. This is a pre-recorded message, I cannot respond to you. I placed it within the attunement strings. Nifty, right? Anyway, so it should be enough. I think it's limited to 50 words, which is... The voice goes silent. Practical magic. The goblin laughs. Was that 50 words? It was. You have time. Use it to rest. You're still into this whole helping mortals thing, Ether? I'm assisting the investigation in all non-city environments, yes. This includes the far realms and any spatial formations. You ever been there before? No, cleric. I was born onto this plane. The generation before me did not. It'd be interesting to view the realm beyond. Of us intimidating. So you're not worried? We get no answers for a few seconds. Yes, cleric. There are many unaccounted questions about this type of journey. However, it shall be done. There is no doubt in my mind. Right. Thanks for coming along. Are you sure you want to come with, Snell? He says nothing for a while. The goblin just looks up at the pillar. Yeah. I don't know if it might seem crazy, but from everything I've seen so far, if I just leave this be, if we don't pursue this guy, something terrible would happen. I can't be alone in thinking that. Okay, you're with me, Snell. Music's a bit weird. Same. Your sincerity is giving him an awkward amount of emotions. We can do this. I'm ready. How about you, Meek? Are you ready to go into the beyond? Where? We're doing a crack in the gate of Yor, my guy. Meek has clearly not been paying attention to current events. Is it in danger? Is it danger for Meeks? Potentially. That is scary, but okay. Meek will guide the cleric past my any traps. There's step in beyond, right? Potentially. Yeah, great. Meek will help. Use gemstones to only focus on yourself. I'm doing this alone. Nah. Use the gemstones for everybody. Holding up the emerald does not appear magical. It does not glow nor show any type of esoteric tingle. Until you bring it close to the surface of the pillar. Touch the pillar. We'll have the power of friendship with us. I feel like I might be able to do this alone. If need be. Whoa! You soar, the air careening, deafening and silent, profound and debauched. It does not stop. Attempt to move. In the direction of out. Try to scream, but the force too loud. Do anything. Then you join in further. Tremble. Tribble. Drilling, catching, burning. All sense alert, no chime to guide. Hey, you are. Try to take part of your party. A scarf grips you. An angel is close. A goblin clings to life. And you're on a path. Carefully closing, quickly cutting, violent pressing. Keep your aim. There's a coming pressure rising. Huh? Your earthly organs compromising. Leave flesh to steel. Each orb and globe, so gently breathing. You are dead. Interconnected disbelieving. See it just beyond. A bell begun to ring. Oh no. This path of yours is just a string until one. Meh. That kind of felt like gibberish. The beyond. Hmm. Oh. There I am. That was a bit weird. Endless. Endless ebb. Look around. There's nothing. Look below. Water? No. An esoteric substance. Look at yourself. You are whole, but shaken. What did Master do? This is... Your scarf crawls back into itself and does not say more. You must begin. Seek what you are meant to find. Yours crossroad. I can't guess any cantrips either. Snell! Oh, I got some time. 1 o'clock in the morning. Ether! Try the sound this way. Oh no. No, 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 this isn't good. You did not think this through at all. No, but we had to do what had to be done. Yeah, sure, this isn't looking good. But maybe you can negotiate with whatever's out there. And if not, I got a giant sword. A Vorpal sword. A sentient Vorpal sword. Fear, yet you hold it. The body endures, it always endures. The beyond stares back into you. You feel everything and nothing. A silver of light balances upon the esoteric surface. Follow it. It's all an illusion, surely. The place between worlds could not simply be as nothing. That would be ridiculous. Steel yourself. This is your trial. Heroes don't falter. Push forward. Hopefully the others are fine. Oh, somebody. Hey. Aw. No. Not again. What again? Dex failure. You just keep failing, don't you? Which is a dex save, it's fine. You don't have high dex. It's fine. Which is a dex save. Oh, hey, the sky. It's pretty. Blinded by the strange lights above your eyes adjust. You peer onwards. Darkness, you see a pillar of light. Something beckons you forth. Hey, stuff. Hey, a person over there. Oh, there's all the holy places around the place. A statue, the bell tower. You are alive. A shrine to Earth. I'm fine. The cobbler, strength check. With advantage, apparently. Human Earth folk, level 20 cleric. The sadness in his voice, the type born of years of watching children go astray. You do not believe that what he is showing you. Yet you do not wish to even entertain the thoughts of dismissing the image of his kind smile. High strength. Hello. The old man works at a counter, tiny hammer in one hand, a boot in the other. Hello. He gives you a glance and a polite nod. He keeps working, still focused on stitching a strap to the boot. You're a shoe repairer? The old man lets out a short laugh. Let me ask you something. Do you believe yourself to be naturally funny, or is there effort involved? I'm trying really, really hard. He nods and chuckles to himself. I'm a shoe repairer, yes, a cobbler. What are you doing here? Work, mainly. He's at peace. Is it fun? Honestly, yes. I enjoy it quite a bit. As long as there are feet on the ground, there are shoes for tending. That's what my father's always said. Or is he talking about his dad? Did he also work on boots? He did. Most boys took after the fathers in the village, in one way or another. Here comes a tank to rip some leathers off their shoulders. I think the best thing I can tell you is that is another saying of my dear old father. We're nothing but the worst part of our parents, with a splash of random ego. You read too many books. What are you working on? A Legionnaire's boot. Not the enchanted kind that wouldn't fall apart this easily. It needs a sole replacement, new studs and hobnails. You know much about boots? I wear them. He looks down at your feet. Earthguard standards. Of course, what else? He points his hammer at you and says, you know, those, they wanted to send you out in nailbacks originally. Nailbacks, can you imagine? Blisters, blisters, blisters. I would enjoy this one. Such a shoe enthusiast. The old man shakes his head and clicks his tongue. Thanks still for the soft striders. The man speaks of an old god from before the journey west. My people's homelands in Old Diminor was destroyed by the Arcadis. We left the old gods behind. Only a Viking would invoke them. Where do you come from? Not from money, nor greatness of any kind. If I had to extract some source, one or point of origin, it'll be just a small and unfortunate village on the coast. You grab some fresh nails from a bucket underneath the workbench. Easy earth. I was born to do this, he says, and hammers one of them into the bottom of the boot. Good, fair, decent service. What are you voting for in the election? He keeps working and doesn't answer a question for quite a while. He mutters, there's no perfect choice, is there? The agrarians would be perfect. Ah, those farmers of the hills always amaze me. Really they're the backbone of everything we built. Not a fan of how they're sidelined during the entire process. Not a fan at all. He smiles. Who are you? Nut, son of Tuck. That is my name. A good name. Why are you in the beyond, Nut? Oh, I died. I've been here for years. You're dead? Everything here is not so material. You included if you stay too long. He rolls up the boot, looking at his bottom with one eye closed. It's a tunnel. A right-going way heading straight outside. I've been left behind for a bit longer, though. Just a bit longer. It's a tunnel for the dead? That's not about right. The old man placed his boot down and hammers. Gently, as if placing his own child upon the bench. Ragged and cleric. He is not evil, nor are his hands clean. I cannot speak with him myself, sadly, so I ask you, please, please, please. Handle it with heart and grace. He is here. The one you're looking for. You're rubbling terror beyond. He's here? By the stairs, yes. Go to him, before it's too late. The way points to his left. His furrowed brow speaks of decades of heavy responsibility. You know you cannot ask this man more, for he cannot tell you. Go. Go and face the one you have been searching for all this time. Thank you. To the left. Or a shard of yore. Not material my butt. Yoink. The stairs to his left. The shard of yore. Is that an apple pie, pal? Not quite apples, the idea of apples. 27 immaterial apples. Well, thank you. Okay, looks like it wasn't on his left after all. Maybe on his right. Over here. No. Is that another shard? Yep. You see him in the dark. The last sun. Lord Gorm, hero of Norvik. Another strength check. Neutral good. Level 12 paladin. As poor Gorm, his choices led him down his doomed path. Painfully relatable. Here we have someone who is supposed to be the best of us. Human of good breed, raised by earth, educated, rich, seemingly healthy. If you could not stay on the path, who could? You're nothing like him. You did not come from nobility. You were not given any special treatment, even with your latent talents. The only thing you have in common is your willingness to throw it all away, to throw yourself against the meat grinder of time. We will not be minced. Your sinewy nature will grind it to a halt. The farm boy who lived past Ragnarok. The hero's bone will break upon the pavement. Gorm also has a bad shoulder. Exploit that. Also relatable. Hello. Greetings, brother. Greetings. He bows before you. My name is Gorm Scaldleman, loyal servant of Earth. He needs your help. I need your help. He has like a evil arm. Look at that. You see the writhing corruption upon his arm. It causes him to shake. Lord Gorm, touched by the void. So that's how it is. My lord. No, no. No need for that. I gave up such dignities a long time ago. What are you doing here? The paladin performs a perfectly executed fist on chest salute. As he does, you notice the long sword sheath at his hip. The Flame Tongue, one of the great swords of Norvik, passed from paladin to paladin. The state has fallen, brother, he says, and lets out a cackling cough. In my grief and anger, I have made some egregious choices. Start from the beginning. Of course, I apologize. The broken man lifts his helm, revealing a rugged face covered in layers of sweat and ash. A memory of a man. Gods, he says, pressing his not as ruined hand against the brow. You should never have come to this. Sour in his eyes, meeting your gaze. How many years have you served? 5 at the towers. Then you know well the particulars of Earthguard politics. Akasam was struck by a feeble mind spell over 3 years ago. What? He is hidden away in his palace manor for all this time. The Lord Patriarch? The city is now a headless chicken run by a couple of magistrates. On a cursed evening 3 years ago, the leader of Norvik was as good as assassinated. They decided to keep it a secret. The reasoning was simple. It was for the security of the city. Without Earth, we have no protocol on the transfer of power. None revealed to the public, at least. Are she's not just old? That reasoning is why no one questioned his absence. However, Akasam was a shrewd man, and a hell one at that. He would eventually be taken by age, of course, but not like this. This was sudden and totally eclipsing his mind. Foul magic is at work. Who knows about this? You, the magistrates, some of the patriarchs, all of them sworn party officials, including me despite my lower status as a paladin. It's a tightly guarded secret. They are sworn. They cannot speak, even if with this evil going on. None of them have told the people? They cannot, nor can I. Have you seen Lord Akasam? I have. I was one of the few who got to be granted an audience about a year ago. Our Lord Patriarch has lost his own mind. No restorative magic takes. None we are able to muster, at least. Why keep it a secret? They said it was considered dangerous for him to falter after serving for so long. Better to hold up a puppet until the election. That is what they decided. I was not in that particular smoky room. He didn't like that. Who cast the feeble-minded spell? Enemies of the state. They broke into his manor at night, then they got away. The magistrates pointed to the cultists. I went looking. I wasn't able to find any proof of such activities. Maybe it was a magistrate who did it. Why are you telling me this? Why are you here, brother? I believe those two questions have the same answer. What do you mean about the transfer of power not being revealed? It was kept hidden. He left a will. Of course he left a will. He left a will. Yes, he did. Earth's legacy, his instructions. The magistrates and the Lord Patriarchs were provided with guidelines for the eventual death of Akasam. How did you see the guidelines? I found them in Akasam's chambers when I was out to visit him. It was as if the old man was guiding me to them, even in his feeble state. Or someone else was. Tell me. He goes corrupted the arm to stop the switching. Then he speaks in a regal tone. Upon the death or at the behest of the Lordship Akasam, a provisional government will be declared. He closed his eyes, reciting the words as if they were scratched on the back of his eyelids. This government shall have 2 years to oversee the electoral process, at the end of which a permanent government was chosen by the people shall be enacted. This provisional government shall be headed by 2 individuals with shared power and responsibility to provide full suffrage to all citizens of Norvik. The first individual shall be elected by all active clerical patriarchs within 7 days. The second individual shall be elected by all active guild unit leaders within 7 days. He opens his eyes. 1 cleric, 1 Asgarists. Earth's legacy. If either of the provisional electoral processes fail, the individual will be chosen via random lottery at the end of those 7 days. Sounds fair. He coughs. The instructions include more details, of course, but this is what Earth wanted from us, brother. This is what Akasam wanted. He was going to step down, retire, to his final will of our glorious god. So that's why they feeble-minded him. They could not let Earth's will pass. They could not let go of power. Those corrupt bastards. Yes, brother, this is what they are. Know this, I read Earth's legacy, his last will over a year ago. Akasam was targeted 3 years ago, right as the election began taking shape. Think about it, if a cleric and an Asgardist were to put in charge of the entire electoral process, who would lose? Who would possibly want to avoid such a scenario? The Freestriders. And the power behind their reeds and coffers. He gives you a very tired look. I have worked tirelessly to find the truth in this. I have used my privileged access to archives, party meetings, documents spanning all districts, the ability to investigate all magistrates without alerting anyone to my intent, and the Freestriders are about to get sold the city. The answer was not so hidden. What did you find? All magistrates have deals with the Askani Reed Trading Company. In total, approximately 85.5 million crowns in the form of public work investments, skill expansions, targeted tariffs, consultant fees, legal sales of Norwegian properties, exclusive land licensing bids, key positions in the districts, and sometimes even just gifts. The butchering of our beloved city. It's horrifying. I see one of those contracts. There was selling all the shipyards in the city. You see the rage flash in his eyes. I heard that. I'm sad to say to have it confirmed. Do you have receipts? Some, barely anything. Anything damning is kept on the wraps. Everything else looks innocent on the surface. It's horrifying. Those monsters. That they are, brother. Eyes flick to his face, to his arm. His face contorting into a painful wince. I know well why you are here. I'm responsible for the explosion. He is? The elf, she... Gorm lifts his head. Stern, truthful. regret. He placed his hand upon the pommel of his sword. If you're responsible, then I am here to take you in. I understand. The party of Novik has been entirely corrupted by crowds and foreign interests. Our city sidestepped and auctioned off. Why don't you speak up? No. So what? You turned to dark magic? I did. Cowardly perhaps, but... Brother, my oath is not one to be broken. I swore my life to the party. A life oath? Why would you? If I spoke to the press, if I spread rumors, if I so much as mentioned their foul play to a beggar on the side of the road... Nearly tears in his eyes. My body will reject the words, as if soul will reject its vessel. My life forfeit to the whims of this fallen city. His head falls, shoulders heavy. The burden, the weight of this curse, no matter what a real man would have. Nevertheless, a real man would have been able to break it. Letting his head, jaws clench, one hand gripping over the other, I should have been able to. The fact he's telling you this tells you his soul's already lost the dominion to the beyond. But here you're free to speak. Yes. The oath is not broken, I can still feel it. But here, Earth does not watch me. Here, he does not see what a monster I've become. I wish he never does. He sees it, brother. He sees it and it weeps. What did you do? He lifts his mutated arm, the flayed skin pulsating around the vein-like tendrils. I sought out the aberration. We all knew he was there. Everglad was never considered a threat down in his flooded temple. Nor were his warlocks. I did not imagine he would so easily give me everything I needed. Let him speak. Terrible, terrible powers. He clenched his mutated fist. A god never dies, brother. They simply fade from our world. That much was clear when I watched him go. That means with enough power, with enough correct esoteric rituals, I can return him to material reality. I can bring back our god. A divine resurrection. A divine resurrection? You want to resurrect Earth? His face grows dark. I can bring him back. There's nothing but pain in that statement. Whether he speaks truth or no, he does not matter anymore. He's on his path till the end. 1,400 pounds of silver, branches from 5 trees grown on the soil of his birth, diamonds carrying worth at least 100,000 crowns per last material break, and... The pedant bites down his words. It's all ready. I have it all. What's the 4th thing? I just think it would even work. A vision, brother. I know this is far-fetched, but here in this beyond there are no limits to spellcasting. The rules are different, wilder. There's an esoteric freedom. I've seen it in the depths of this place. In all this time I spent here. I know I ask much of you, brother. I ask for your faith. Faith in this spell and in me, but I swear Earth is here. Somewhere close. I can feel him watching me, giving me these visions. I trust you. Thank you, brother. That means a lot. What's this spell called? I do not care to name it. It does not deserve one. Something is off. Why is he not telling you? What level is this spell? I do not know. 10th? 11th? When are you casting it? I've been casting it for days, brother. It is near completion. How did you learn to cast it? Everglad's esoteric connection with the beyond allowed me to make contact with a number of otherworldly beings. They helped me mold a custom epic tier spell for the sole purpose of resurrecting one specific god. On appearance, I've been tainted by the far realm influence. This spell is no foul magic, nor is it in any way influenced by Everglad. This is divine magic at its most powerful, where he's hiding something from me. How'd you call these components? The branches I secured myself by inviting the Cursed Lands. The visiting the Cursed Lands, the diamonds and silver secured via Ilum. The elves paid for the spell? They did in full. What they wish in return. They simply always fish for eradication. The Elm wishes to stop the Freestarters from getting a foothold in Ascad. They believe the Earthfolk to be weak without them, easy prey. They are wrong, but I play into their assumptions. To them, I was a rogue paladin wanting revenge on my people. One who needed funding to establish a network of dissidents. After a few favors, the Glade provided me with the silver, the diamonds, along with a edge to plant the necklace of Fireball. You got the necklace of Fireballs? Yes. I signed a paper to get it through the customs without inspection. They landed on the ends of that elf. The warden at Outreach told me she was a traitor. He raised his eyebrows, caught by what you say. A warden? What he told you, you may disregard. Never trust an elf. But you worked with them. Trust an elf to do exactly what an elf needs, nothing more. The elf did exactly as her master ordered. She took the necklace from the shipment on Water Lane, then she made sure the box was stored in the space underneath the temple. In the secret tunnel. The tea shop owner, yes. I visited a few times to make certain it was a good spot. Pinjet Tatina made sure the crate with the hidden necklace was stored inside. It was supposed to stay there until the election. At which point you would remove it so it wouldn't explode, right? You were checking the elves, right? Everglad whispered in my ears that morning. He told me the elf had set up a meeting with a Freestarter agent. I intervened. I entered the tea shop from the Pillar Crossing. Past the tunnel, I found her sitting in one of the booths. She did because the fireball's in her grasp. Let him speak. The apple was planning on selling it to make an escape for herself. I don't blame her, but I could not let her take it. The thoughts, the possibility did not cross my mind. I cast Charm Person on her. I had forgotten how the elves ignore such effects. She reacted violently, trying to blow us up both. In the last, her mind raced of possibilities, of escape, of solutions. She found none. I did not blame her for this, but before I figured out what to say, I saw it in her eyes. His gaze no longer focused on the void behind you, now pierced your eyes behind the helm. She already made up her mind. Jim chose the path, I chose the end. Words leaving scorched, reanimated lips. I cast Misty Step, reaching the edge of the room before it hit the ground. She was incinerated instantaneously. Me, I made it out with seared flesh. Closed his eyes. She did not suffer for little it's worth. She suffered. She suffered every indignity a person can at the behest of this man. She kind of just blew herself up for no reason. She really didn't have to do that. Why do you need the necklace so much? The pen looks at you with dead eyes. Your guts sink. It conjoins and twirls among the eternal waters. Words spoken by the gruff man near breaking your resolve. There's a fourth component to the spell. One final sacrifice. What is it? It does not meet your gaze. The true souls of 27 of his believers. Huh? One soul for each year since his fading, forcibly taken into the beyond. Dear gods, no. No! It will be channeled here, to this exact corridor upon death, at which point the spell will be cast and Earth will return to the rest of his people. He closes his eyes and mutters a few words to himself. A prayer, disgusting. Thus I am forsaken. This is what he is carrying. This is his burden. 27 innocent people, 26. I'll be the final sacrifice. That makes it okay? No. None of this is okay. And that's... I need your help, brother. Whether the necklace of fireball, it will be a grim task to collect these souls. He holds out a clenched fist, mutated flesh in a grotesque ball. Will you assist me in resurrecting our god? It's something you have ever considered. The death as innocence in exchange for the return of your savior. The darkness is in his eyes. Death pooled at his feet. The paladin is doomed. You're watching a tragedy unfold beneath these stars. The poor man has been driven to the drink of the abyss. He's staring into it. A chronic lack of agency, a zealot on the edge of desperation. These whispers he hears, they cannot be his voice. They are anything but. Speak to this man. Make him remember the path turned by Earth. You're a good god. Take a breath. Take your time. You have prayed to Earth all your life. Your esoteric might, the one thing in life you've ever been good at, is all due to his channeled power. When you feel that might, when Earth speaks to you, through his magic, what does he say? Sacrifice. He has to sacrifice everything, to give up until you have nothing left to give. Until your bones hit the pavement, until you have been given everything to safeguard every person in the city, no matter their innocence or sin. To protect your people for those who wish to harm them. Who do you feel is in need of protection here? Try to understand him. Try to understand him. Easy peasy. We're at -6 to that check. He's alone. Tired, weary from decades of fighting for his fated master. He has watched for 37 years how everything they built has fallen apart. The paladin wants to save his people by casting himself as the villain, by destroying innocent lives despite the pain it causes him. Is this what it means to be truly good? To go against everything natural and decent to help untold future generations? I understand him. It's not good, but it is what he thinks, despite all the horrors involved. Argue for another path. Convince him to stand by his oath to Earth. You're not the only one who wants him back. Indeed, brother. You could have just asked nicely 27 people. What gives you the right to make such sacrifice on their behalf? No right, no law. No institution of sanctified right. This is my accurate choice, my evil, imposed on the world. What happens after the spell goes off? Earth will turn from the pillar. My corpse will lay before him, covered in the blood of innocence, put down by some heroic Urgar members. Couldn't Earth just resurrect the dead people? No. The spell consumes the souls like any other costly reagent. All the people will see is their god return at the most frightening time, saving them from a mad and corrupted paladin. Earth will heal those hurt. The one who slays me will be heralded as a true hero of the city, and I'll be the monster. No one will ever know the truth of this ritual. Will people actually believe that? I cannot guarantee anything, no one can. He has thought this through all the minutiae quite well. The earthfolk will rally around him in an instant. What is the truth? What's wrong with your arm? Panic clenches his claw-like tendrils. His flesh is constantly burning. I reached to the step of the boundary tree. It gave me a permanent hold on the strings beyond. An awesome power to wield at a terrible price to pay. Everglad merely opened the path for it, but this was the only way for me to truly gain power to rival Yor. At the cost of my flesh and soul. Horrendous. Heretical. Is it the wrong time to ask if you want to buy a bottle of milk? Probably yeah. One genocide is on the schedule. Everything else will get deprioritized. Dang it. The elf didn't have to die then. No, she was another mistake. He shakes his head in regret. He feels the loss, but as he's justified it. He is spiritually forgiven Evian as he latches his own back. I could have let her escape. I could have succeeded in taking the necklace from her. I could also simply avoided the elves, gotten my components elsewhere. If I'd learned more, if I'd lived better, been more virtuous, alas. Tragic. It's a tragedy, and I'm the monster taking her life. Her involvement is only bitter. Argue. The tree told of claw and fire. Give up his flesh and soul for power. Behold success. Understand him. We did have a good behold. Argue. Right, it's time. The final time. Time to show him who's the best. The best at winning and in the dialectical debate. There's another way, Lord Gorm. Pray tell, brother. Give you a shot here. Don't fuck it up. I spent countless nights arguing with myself, thinking over every possibility, every action. If you have a solution, I would love to hear it. Now that I know the truth about the Magistrate's scoop, I could help you spread it. Will enact Earth's will. That could have been a solution, and I hate myself for not taking it sooner, when it was plausible. But now my reputation is in ruins. The election is now, and power will change hands. If we had time, fighting the Freestarters on their term is foolhardy at best. It is as much suicide as this spell is, with no result. We found a cure for Lord Patriarch. A cure to feeble mind? If you did that, you could be our new God King. What about if we ask people nicely to sacrifice themselves? The lives might have to be taken unwittingly. It is murder the spell wants. Magic, as I'm sure you're aware, is all about intent. Those would be easy. What about your own life, then? His face contorts into a foul scowl. I don't wish to die, brother. My life will be taken in force as well. Now, this is working clearly. True. What do you mean, whelp? As in, what can you do? There's always one thing you can do. What's that? Pendant watches you, silence sweeping over the eternal... silence sweeping over the eternal pools around you. Tell him. That won't work. You're not alone, Lord Gorm. His eyes widen slightly. His heart clenches. The decision is yours. There are thousands of us devoted to Earth, believers that would do anything for him. Pendant nods along with your words, but Earth is not a man, he's an ideal, a dream to strive forward towards. He freezes. I'm not so sure I agree. Perhaps not you, but if we lose you, Lord Gurm, then we lose that last man at the top of who fights for us. I'm not what you think I am, brother. I don't have the power to sway the force of the world. There was his head in defeat. The will upon him, the weight. He must push. He acts like he's already defeated, already in the ground. He must fight. Push, that should work. Stop acting like you've already lost. You cause him to jolt upright. Your words piercing him. This is pathetic. You lower your moral standing for what? For some desperate, vile ritual that may have a chance at working? Stop it. Be a man, damn it. Face your foes with your chin held high. What will you have me do, brother? He yells, his echo carried across the shallow waters, stretching into eternity. Would you have me carry the compounded weight of instant interest of 7 other bands upon my shoulders? As every faction, every race, every marginal idea of government weasels its way to our city? There's no stopping them. The parasites of foreign capital are too fastened, suckling our people dry, their fangs too deep in our necks. He's a breath, shocked at his own outburst. I cannot envision a world where mortal man defeats such evil. A man full of nothing but regret. A man, a tragedy. He believes you, yet he cannot stand down, not now. Mortal men are stronger than you think. He looks away. I wish my fate was akin to yours, brother. An divine intervention or an apocalypse. Those I see are our only options. The paladin, showing his frailty once more, keels over in a coughing fit. He mutters, Earth be blessed. There has to be another way. There has to be. Only one. If you will not fight him, you must break him. Convince him to stand by his oath. To Earth, in religious fervor. Oh, jeez. Only if you have advanced ability, -5, the tree told of cloud fire. You give up his flesh, advantage, remember your father. About the manhood from Duck. Behold success, you pushed him hard, you agreed against him, you understand him. Get it? Nice. Hey, we can't critically fail. The paladin is not broken. He knows exactly what his god is. There's the horrid truth, one deeply ingrained into the body and the skin and the muscle tissue of the broken man before you. The man who is throwing everything away, including the love of his god, for the purpose of reaching a better world. You can see it in his eyes. It is written in his flesh. The grandest thing a good man can truly sacrifice will be everything that makes him good. Norm believes that somehow he knows, in his vision-filled skull, this string will lead to a worthy end. He does not know anything. He has faith that Earth will set his wrongs right. Lord Gorm, brother. What Spadin does not understand, however, is that the most awful truth of all. I hope I've made it clear, our God never wanted us to pick up after him, but his sacrifices, with him gone, someone has to keep giving. I'm not only willing, I'm ready to. You fool! Spadin glares at you with wide eyes and open mouth. You dare to place your burden upon his shoulders? Anger flashed upon his rugged and quite hairy face. You know, monster, you're a child. A child running to his tired father when the going gets tough. A father who gave him everything. Gorm knows this. The intense rage now building in his chest is proof enough. He grips his twitching arm. Anger comes only from a sense of injustice. When faced with unwanted truth, a man's ego will bring him to fury. It is only in facing that ego, in breaking it, that your Lord Gorm will be redeemed. Our city is failing. A corrupt cabal of magistrates bringing everything to ruin. I see that. You have dealt with it alone for decades. Shackled to your duty. They threw away his legacy. Words spoken through tremendous temper. Teeth clamped down, voice low. The insidious force of reeds, it cannot be stopped, they cannot be. I never saw him. You did. So tell me, did Earth ever tell you to always rely on him? The pendant lifts his chin and glares at you. Did you ask for your faith, your utmost faith in his ability to set things right in the end? He opens his mouth to speak, and then it comes out. Push him. Did he? No. The words snake out of him, his face growing paler by its presence. I'm only interpreting what I've read, but I always assume he asks us to be men. Real men, who will make it through every horrid challenge, every lonely night, every excruciating humiliation. He is. The paladin cannot form words. He is just standing on the brink in silence. I don't believe Earth taught us to kill ourselves, so he could put the world right. I don't believe that for a second. He shuts his mouth. Does not look at you. What did he teach us, Lord Gorm? Sacrifice. He taught us to give everything to set the world right, as well as we could. And I'm tearing up, it's just hearing this speech. Is that what I'm doing, brother? You're sacrificing your goodness, for what? For an even heavier burden to be placed upon him. Even if everything in your spell goes off, with every esoterical mishap ignored and his divine spark returned to the coast, Earth would be settled with everything you leave behind. That's not, he would. Lord Gorm, he would be alone against his terrible faith. The pendant stares at the reflected stars beneath his cape. Alone. Vengeance. He is nothing but the sun's vengeance. It's not sacrifice, it's his vengeance. I feel very angry at my dad all the time for going outside to face a troll, for leaving me and mom alone. If I met him here, I would want to place every problem in my life at his feet. Yell at him to fix it, because why couldn't he? He is my father, he should be able to. I look around, tears in your eyes. But I can't. He can't either. And just as the son needs not dig the trench to the father, the son also needs to set the fuck up sometimes. Lord Gorm takes a crackling breath. His mind is racing, his pain growing, but he listens. Wait for him to find the words. I am bound by duty above all. He covers his face with trembling hands. The last flash you see of it is of tears upon his dirty cheeks. I've never known a life beyond the helm. My lord often spoke of probability. He saw them through his divine visions. But he could never tell me of my chances in this life. He could never tell me. But he often asked me my thoughts on the risks. On how much I was willing to gamble, to sacrifice, in order to protect those who needed it most. He always told me I was reckless, because I would always go for anything over 50-50. 50-50. What do you think the odds are on your spell working out? I was hoping for a 50-50, but only Nerf would know for sure. Lord Gorm placed a hand upon the pommel of his sword. Most things in his lives are 50-50. It's our duty to lower the risks. His voice crackles behind the iron. Those are his words, written and spoken, again and again. He has mutated the twitching hand on the grip of that legendary blade. I have failed, as a man, as a son. You can be redeemed, Lord Gorm. You can come back from this. No. I'm far too gone. My body has been breaking apart from the moment I chose this cursed road. No. Tell me, brother, what is your name? I'm the cleric, of course. He smiles behind his helmet. He is content. I place everything in your hands, cleric of Norvik. No! Just cut off your arm or something. Uh-oh. That must hurt. Jeez. That's the meaning of falling on your own sword. You don't know if any of this is truly the right path, but it is now done. Lord Gorm has chosen his fray. Earth be blessed. You watch his spirits is drawn towards the stairs, the last paladin of Earth, but the strings forget his failures. All of them. It will not be so easily forgiven. Cleric! Ugh! Cabana is winded, his face glancing from side to side in the darkness. This place is so fucking awful, it feels like I've been running around for hours. You okay? The thing in his hand ready for a fight. What did I miss? I took care of the bad guy. You what? Does that mean? Lord Gorm is... something in the distance. Something radiant. And glorious. This is your special companion descended from the darkness, your light finding it difficult to pierce the veil. Cleric, Snell. Apologies for the delay. This plane is vast and full of beasts. Full of what? Beasts. They've been vanquished. I see you two have been successful. Lord Gorm is dead. So it seems. Lord Gorm, the missing paladin? That makes a lot of sense. So he blew up the tea shop. The elf blew it up. Lord Gorm was partly responsible for the necklace of fireballs, though. His eyes light up. So it was a conflict. An attack from within. Gorm was part of a plot to blow up the necklace during the election, as was Pinja. But Gorm was only faking it. Gorm was planning to aid the city so the elves would fund this dark ritual which would bring back Earth from the dead. We also needed to kill 27 Earthfolk to finish the spell, which is why he did this necklace of fireball. But since Pinja blew it up, he was now planning on going out there and killing people by himself. I see. What? The ritual will bring back Earth. The angel repeats the words as if she's grasping the meaning. He invited me to join him. We talked, and the angel glares at you with many eyes. The goblin stares at you. He invited you? I managed to convince him to stand down. Oh, he put his flame tongue to his chest and faded. It's over. A tragic end, a tragic path. I'm unsure what to do with this information. Damn. Perhaps we shall discuss it once we have returned. Great idea, Aether. How do we get back? There's a man on the steps. Who's the old guy? The angel's halo stops spinning. Cleric. This man... Breathe, it is finished. You have chosen well. The old man puts his hand behind his back. Before you go, I would wish to have a few words with you, but no hurry. Time is still now. Said the old man. You do not lose anything by taking a short rest, I assure you. He smiles. He is proud. You are not yet done. Breathe. First breathe. Breathe. Does that count as a short rest? Is there a sword in the ground? Yeah. Flame tongue plus 4 strength. I'm equipping that. Boop. Kind of look like a witcher now. I'll get another behold. Let's do a short rest. Plus 7 HP. It's all about the behold. I'd have to start arguing with Earth as well. $73.53. We got it. Lawful good. Will serve him until the day you die.
Oh.
The timid man greets you with a lowered head. Hello. Were you watching? I was. He meets your gaze. This world has been terrible. All due to my negligence. Eyes full with regret and confidence both. It is not his fault. He did his best. Why is he talking like he's the one who... Are you really, Newt? You know this guy? I met him before. He's a cobbler. Right, a cobbler. I'm sure there's a lot of shoe emergencies out there. He shakes his head. I'm afraid there's no good way to put this, but I shall make it clear to you. I swear on it. I'll explain it quickly. Not sure any of us would like to stay in this spooky hellscape any longer than we have to. You're very correct, Snell. This place is bad for man. Bring him to face both his heart and even fouler things. Goes over to Aether. You seem to handle it just as well as expected. She looks at them in silence. The goblin looks back and forth between them both. I'm getting freaked out now. Is this? It can't be. By the gods and all this holy. My lord? I am Newt, son of Tok. That is all I am here now. I was born in Jvik. This is the early days of the First Coast War. Its cause brought death upon my kinsmen. Due to fate or some other cause, I was granted audience with a higher power. An audience which left me with a channel of strings. All I knew at the time was the inescapable risk of staying in those lands. Pushed reaction by my brother Toll, together we rallied as many longships as we could. Our savior. We saved 50,404 people, approximately a quarter of the villages. As we left in search of new land, those people began to look to me and my newfound divine strength for more than guidance. They gave me a name from the old world sagas, one step in bygone mythology. My lord. Look upon your god. They call me Earth, Hammer of Fate. Kneel. It can't be. How? I would have to ask, why are you here? He lowers his head once more. My existence is fleeting, stuck between material and beyond. The old man's expression tells you, rise. I'm not one to bow to. Are you truly him? Yes. You see, I died like an old man should, just a few decades later than usual. But here I linger, guarding this gate. For whom? For what purpose? Who knows? The old man laughs. It's a bit silly, really. Toll would have loved to see it. It is insane. I don't disagree. That was my initial reaction to the first few years in this place. I assure you, I too have many questions. The young clearly wants to ask something as well. He's waiting his turn. Ask what you wish. I know you have questions. You have everything to ask, and nothing at all. Earth wants to talk. Talk out of shame and blood. Snell. Of course, it's a god. There's no rush. You should ask about Gorm first, and I'm thinking of how to formulate the question I've got. Take your time. Goblin genocide is on his mind. Toll, your brother? Yes, the old fool. Speaks with a sad smile. I haven't seen him pass here. He must have died years ago amidst his epic and final adventure. But who knows, time moves differently inlands. Maybe he still walks the endless waste as we speak. Looking for yours key. I haven't heard of that before. Toll, right, like Tollstadt, Toll Square. Heard he was a real adventurer. He was, Snell, he was. Your god looks out into the void. Toll always wanted to travel, to understand Yor, to sail and wander. He received his circumnavigation blessing not long after we founded Norvik. He could never reach Yor's point. After a lifetime of adventure, he still wanted to know. That's why he set off. Toll was leaving, the national holiday. My brother figured out the secret to Yor would be unlocked in the wastes. Once he crossed the really cold valley, which is the renamed Toll's Pass, my sending stopped reaching him. Last thing he told me in the final was, "Fear not, brother, I'll always find my way home." Thus I hold out hope. Can you see Norvik from here? Somewhat, yes. I had the ability to cast manner magic here, including a soft scrying. It feels a bit tragic, of course, to be unable to interfere yet able to watch. I just can't imagine. He's been watching us. I'm sure you're the main spectacle. Your god squats down, placing his palm towards the Tower of Light before him. The closer the pillar, the more I can see. Like adventures into the city below, or you encounter a Gorgolash. You know that troll? I did. I fought him, you know, all those years ago. Every time he would flee, regroup and try something new. Give me a second. Okay, I had to blow my nose. He's a smart one, that Gorgolash. A tough leader. He seems to really hate you. I don't blame him. Your god looks away for a few seconds as if using the void to take in the words. I destroyed his tribe, Ragan. His kingdom, his people, took it from him without any kind of fair fight. I struck for my own need. I was well rewarded. It is a pity that I did not follow through, instead of leaving him to the life of the undercoast vagabond. Part of me feels I knew him well. We dueled many times. Another part of me wonders if I should have taken the risk of diplomacy. At some point, it wasn't that far off from a 50-50. 50-50. Would you have taken that? Attended a peace with trolls, or would you have followed through, pity be damned? Never. Every creature has the capacity for good, even a troll. Anything to avoid unnecessary death. Even if the risk as was the lives of your people, increase the odds. That's the spirit. A deep sigh leaves him. I don't believe in a clear answer, not anymore. But I chose my path. He glares at Snell, who is still stunned at watching you interact with your actual god. I have so many questions. You see Snell shifts his shirt around. I have few questions of my own, you go first. We have time. Your god aims a pair of finger guns at you. Shoot. Ask him. Ask him about every possible conflicted force in the known universe. About nationalism and fascism. Is nationalism fascism? No, I don't believe it is. Clear answer. Why? Fascism and nationalism are overlapping ideologies. One is the fairly new idea of a United Nations state, whether by culture or folk type. The other is... fascism is... an aesthetic? It does feel rather abstract, doesn't it? I was often called a fascist. As are you. At times for good reason. But when I read those books from Diminor, reads, I never particularly identify with it. They seem to hate liberal ideas, which is why I was always quite fond of egalitarian pursuits. In my dictatorship, I took many cues from Asgard himself. Hell, Gar's Rubrin was my brother. He taught me wisdoms beyond my years. And then there's the fetishization of violence. There's a man who justified multiple genocides by saying they were for the greater good. That isn't fetishizing violence? Yes, as though by wringing your hands enough, they'll no longer be covered in blood. It makes me think of an angry young man, left powerless. Someone neglected by his village. Obviously, he would lash out. Fascism seems to be as nothing but a response to that powerlessness. Everyone grown in the wake of the First Coast War. If anything, it taught me to not take it lightly, to make sure each new generation of men in Norvik were given exactly what they needed. Discipline, challenge, and a god who does not conflict strength with violence. Truth. There's a lot of words to say don't want to be called fascist, I see. Why is I given that? His face contorts. Pure pain. No, Ragan, you were not. Whether you had lived during your times or not, it would not have mattered. How is strength not violence? I wonder. I mean, we've already figured that one out. Strength is sacrifice, at least the one that Ragan follows. True strength is, in my mind, your capacity for enacting violence measured against your ability to never have to. In a sense, this applies less to violence, and more to any form of competency. A real man makes the best of himself, no matter what it looks like. He does it for himself and for the benefit of his tribes. Does that make sense? Your god just asked you a question. What if a man makes him into a competent weapon? What if he performs evil as a weapon? Yes, for strength, not goodness. True strength is a tool. Real men come in all alignments. Take you, for example. You wield magic beyond compare. How long does it take the average wizard to memorize a new spell? Just copying into a spell book? Hours per new spell. And you do it in seconds. That's no trick. Nor is it only talents. If you have a knack for esoteric, I won't argue against that. But think about those sleepless nights. Those years you prayed and studied and read. He smiles. This is what you are now. This is your calling. This is exactly where your people need you. Yeah, it doesn't feel like it. You know, it feels like you're slow sometimes, but it gets over to Ethir. My father, a man of many idioms, once told me, you don't have to be anything but the best of you. The rest? The village takes care of that. I also get that from the book. What does the red eyes mean? I don't know what that means. You mean the symbol we used? Does that differ from existing symbolism? That makes sense, I see. You'd be the one to figure that out. I never meant to build a religion, you see. But we conquered a city full of ruins with the red eyes all over the place. I think it was Ag who came up with calling it Earth's Red Eye. Turns out it was an albino lion warlord who held the ruins sometime before the trolls took it over. A one-eyed albino. One red eye? Ah, that's why we had to place a ruby in his eye. Worked out fine enough, allowed us to spend some more time on public works within shrines. Are you really a god? He shrugs. I have the same powers as all those big shots in the divine era. Make a god of me or not. It's a banner I've carried for the sake of unity. If that banner ever goes useless, burn it. Let something new rise from the ashes. Humanity is the sign of real man, divinity or no. A god, a spirit, a memory. Remnant. I pray to you. Yes, you do. I cannot always hear it clearly. It's a lot. But I hear yours. That's a promise. Your heart feels warm. How do you guys create magic from here? As you've been taught, I shall divine true strings. Subconsciously, though, or maybe more like instinct. I'm an old hand at this by now. Maybe a reason why I won't be allowed to move on, that I'm still needed to keep the channeling going. Which makes me think of all the other gods out there, still connections connected to thousands upon thousands of clerics on their source, beyond. I'm sorry. Don't be. I'm happy to fulfill my duty here, keep me sane. But I wonder if the Mender feels the same, if Lady Fair holds down the fort in some other tunnel. The pictures here are quite intense. Incredibly, he talks about it as if it would be no big deal. I wish I knew more. Once I've forgotten, maybe I will see through. I will get to see through the gate. To go where souls go once they pass. Through the gate, it must lead to the source, to the gods beyond. One day you might gain that knowledge. For now, focus on the material. Wanna buy some milk? Your god smiles. I know you had to ask, but I'm fine, thank you. Dang it! You gotta ask something more important. Do you want to ask anything? I have something to say. I understand. She gives the pommel of her sword. Speak your mind firstly. I'll bide my time, as I have been for many years. Tension. She's angry. I'd like to ask you about Lord Gorm. Takes a few steps forwards. An imposing figure. Earth. He's an old man, but despite that you see he's also strong as hells. Gorm. His eyes focused on the ground where he stood. A man of principle, a bright mind and whole heart. I loved him like a son. His face contorts with a deep frown. It broke my heart when I saw him descend in such a way. You couldn't stop him? I cannot reach out to the material in any way, not to him, not to you. I cannot say where his mind was, but I know his heart was placed exactly where I had taught him. Selflessly, he would give himself to any cause. Unfortunately, he proved my teachings terribly wrong. His pain. I would not possess the ability to interact with Gorm in any way. Did not know you were here? Did not. I could not stop this channel magic to my clerics and my paladins no matter what. I cannot even destroy myself. For whatever reason, my soul here is muffled. I cannot communicate with him or anyone else in the material plane. He's saying the truth. His truth. You taught him to do this? In a way, yes. It's important to remember one simple fact. Nothing he did was evil. Everything he did for the ideal of good. Just like I taught him. He turns around and gestures towards the stairs. So I cannot see his tears. Look how it ended. His bones hitting the pavement so furiously. Tears of regret. I thought I knew everything at one point. As if I had somehow unlocked the truth of life itself. It was so simple. The god turns back to you, his eyes tinged with red. Goodness alone will bring the world to evil. The words were on Arcanist, I believe. But Gorm spoke the truth. Go on. He wipes the tears from his cheek. My legacy. Norvik is under siege. There's a conspiracy of free feathers. The magistrates are brought. The Asgardis are undermined. The Golden Horde seeks to occupy the clan land within a decade or two. The Mender's Cabal funnels riches to rebels in our lands. And my will, the plan I created to keep place peace in the transition to the democratic government was suppressed. But then Lord Gorm, he did. Your god gathers himself. Was I calculated the risk on my part? Huh? I knew this would happen, Ragan. Or rather, I saw the odds in the string. It was high. Something like 4 and 5. The problem, the odds changed while I was dying. That does not happen every often. An esoteric event, most likely. I saw that the new probable outcome, this web of conspiracy. The old man shakes his head and looks very, very tired. Magistrate hiding in my succession acted as the initial spark. The rest is your history. What kind of esoteric event? I did not know. It might not matter. Perhaps it was a divine intervention. Perhaps some remnant spirit or prophecy. Maybe the feeble mind was the esoteric event. Sometimes something changed the odds of my choice. I'm not the one dealing with the consequences. When you pushed for democracy earlier, the odds were against me. Forcing democracy at any earlier point had a very low success rate. Most outcomes would simply end up in an oligarchy. Pre-Southernism was growing in the east, and they would have sunk in scars into Norvik. The counterbalance to organized money is organized people. I was hoping to set you all on that path. Populace was not ready. Despite my efforts at decentralizing and pushing for pseudo-democratic guilds, the best chance was for democracy after my death, as my final will, until it wasn't. Did I actually target the Lord Patriarch? A Taurimian wizard was equipped with an Arcanist spell scroll. A very expensive endeavor. Poor Akasam did not deserve such a fate. So go on? I cannot see who or why. The magistrates will keep whatever they plan under tight supervision. All stuff led into their walls. Their homes are impenetrable to me or any other scryers. Gorm's perspective is, however, most likely correct. Targeted Akasam to maintain their hold on power, to avoid the transference of demanded by my will. He had, just prior to attack, been very adamant about enacting it properly. Would the spell have worked? I do not know. I do not believe he knew either. How do you see the risks so clearly? I did not share the secrets often during my days. Lord Gorm was one of the few I confided in with my struggle. The struggle? The one I place upon all us gods. We can see the outcomes in strings. Not always, not clearly. Sometimes it's a play in the mind, sometimes an assured vision, but always there are odds, a choice, a chance, a risk. When I worked on my father's shop, I would work on a shoe and see exactly how. 9 times out of 10, I would ruin the leather. As I grew better, my skill improving, the odds would change. Is Ragan a god? Is the dice rolling the god's ability? So I pick up a boot and see 2 in 5, then 1 in 4, then 1 in 10. Sometimes I still fail, but seldom. 1 in 20. Other times, that simply turn into ever greater visions, along with greater power. You can see the future, potential futures, along with the difficulty involved with reaching them. It's not divine providence, it's just probabilities. That's why you left your homeland. Yes. Where I took my people to sea, we had a 50-50 chance of survival. When I saw Ashkani, those odds went up. Every step of the way, I made decisions and made increasing those odds for you. Everyone around the coast? That would be nice, wouldn't it? I realized with such power I could protect and serve more and more people. But yet at a certain point, it all went wrong. Where does my tribe begin? Who do I define as the other? I had to choose. Why must there be an other? There is always an other, even for a good god. My choice was the Earth folk and the exiled dwarves. Okay, 1 second, I gotta blow my nose again. My choice were the Earth folk and the exiled dwarves, a united creed, bound by this great city we built. The man looks to it here. Her blank expression does not change, yet her eyes no longer spin. They just focus on Earth. I focus on increasing the odds for that creed, to ensure the security of Norvik and its ideals no matter what. No matter what, huh? No matter what. For a century, that absolutism has been the source of immense life and pain. Absolutism? No, fascism. Fascism, you mean? Maybe. Maybe. Just like Gorm. That comparison pains me, but I cannot deny it. It pains you? Let's now take a step forward. At least you had the choice. The man keeps his eyes on the goblin and places his hand behind his back. Not with anger or sadness, Earth wants to hear him out. You're responsible for the genocide of my people. Yes. Yes? Just yes? The god says nothing for a few seconds, then he nods. Every horrible thing you have heard I did. He looks around the void. He clenches his jaw and clicks his tongue a few times, then holds up a finger. I have one question. I've thought about it for a while now, my whole life really. I need to ask it. I want to hear it. The woman hesitates and starts. Why didn't you just kill us all? The woman furrows his brow. No, really, why leave us in this half-life? Because what is this? He says and pulls out his jacket. This! He slams his fist to his chest. We're not humans, we're not dwarves, we're not goblins. Think about our language, traditions, our stories. You put us into these holes, expect us to form into something suitable. What is that? What do you want? The outburst causes you to shiver. He's screaming at you, God. The balls. If you can see every outcome or whatever, why the fuck do you pick this one? His words dripping with sarcasm and rage. Wait for Earth's reply. Earth, allowing the goblin to end his speech, listening to his panting echo across the eternal waters. Without lowering his head or everything the gaze he says, I was going to. I told myself every goblin in those red hills needed to die for the safety of man. That folkmord was necessary. That without clearing these lands entirely of these hostile natives, there would be nothing but perpetual war. With establishing Norvik, when the trolls were scattered and the coast was ours, I had left our people alone. I saw a guaranteed future filled with inevitable clash between goblins and humans. Those clashes would lead to more animosity, more hatred, generation after generation of seeking blood of vengeance against entire people. It was one of my clearer visions. Radical fanaticism, goblin armies funded by hordes of elven treasures, years of warfare in Verdun, trenches for mile, trenches, and more factions joining in over time. It would risk another coast war, simply due to the fact that humans were never meant to live here. We're never meant to take these lands, yet we did, I did. I made that choice because every other meant the death of my people. In exchange, I doom yours. Snare says I've been stone-faced. So fundamentally incompatible and you took our ancestral homeland, great. He opens his eyes and takes a step away. Composure. The guy wants to do this properly. He's trying to keep calm himself. You can't question it in the meantime. I think it's clear that we are perfectly capable of living together. It did see that potential. For one, goblins had a similar warrior culture to us Vikings. The collective mindset to not too unlike the dwarves, a clan structure similar to halflings. But the path to unity was not in the way of realistic. Neither was the meeting in the middle. My vision were to be believed. A terrible choice. I could talk about my perspective for 100 years and you would still be correct in your assessment. It was terrible. Now turns back around, glaring at your god. Why am I alive? Why do you spare those 3 tribes, Earth? Yes, I. The answer to that is simple. I gambled. The god looks up to the stars. The Battle of Morgrib, Western Verdun, on the 6th year of the campaign. The leader of the Cragthorn is brought before me in chains. He demands a duel to the death. His name is Kron. To restore his strength for a fair fight, I invite him to eat with me. This goblin speaks Dwarvish, Dibinorian, and even some Elvish. But then he explains exactly to me how they were superior in every way, and that the only reason we won was due to our luck. We had a god. Theirs died long ago. Tokig the Gambler. It's been fun to see those two clash. I agreed with him, then we discussed my options. Kran told me I was wise for killing them all. If I did not, he said that they would eventually re-emerge and destroy mankind once I faded like Tokig did. Each of his sons dreamt of spitting human blood. Snell's eyes narrow as Earth speaks. So I asked him, what of his daughters? Did they dream of reborn slaughter, revenge? Grant told me no. Then he laughed at me and wondered about what a boring, peaceful life that would be. I spent the night explaining my vision of him. He in turn told me stories about Toking the Gambler. For hours we talked, exchanged ideas, and proved well enough how I knew it all. As the sun arose, I saw in the conversation something magical. The odds had changed. Not by much, not significantly that I had changed my belief, but enough for me to make another choice, a gamble. I gambled on a path where humans and goblins could live together in peace. I looked to Snell. His eyes are on the ground. We signed a treaty the next day. The forced decimation of the 3 tribes was carried out. Clan served me for 12 years, overseeing the migration to Norvik. So the only plan of action I could see with a success rate above 50-50. Success? Yes. A successful genocide, yeah? What's the definition of success here? The same as always. The least amount of death over time, as far as I could see. But not for my people alone, not this time. For both of our people. It's a conflicted groan. You shouldn't have come in here in the first place, then. Perhaps so. His eyes speak of sorrow. If the Arcanists had not cursed our homeland, we would not have gone west in the first place. Earth wants to listen, nothing else. Were there no other paths? There were many, all of them in the near guaranteed destruction of my people. You ask me what you are, Snell, and let me tell you. He walks forward towards a goblin companion. You're something entirely new. The goblin's expression goes from angry to despondent as he stares at the dead god's approach. You can never be goblin, you can never be human. You're dismissed because of me and my evil actions. The old man throws up his hand into the air, reaching for the stars. So hate me, curse me, then go be a leader to your people. He lowers his arms and gives him a determined frown. They need you, Snell, for a new era and beyond. Make something that hasn't been seen before, something new, something better. Apprehensive and confused, the goblin turns away. I don't exactly have a choice here. There's always a choice. Some paths are just riskier than others. Earth says while locking eyes with you. The goblin clicks his tongue. He glances at the god and mutters, something new. You hear the anger and fear in his voice. A divine calling. Did the god tell you to push for leadership, a holy message? Tokay would likely tell you to take the gamble. If you ever met him, to be sure ask. The widow saw you with a complicated expression on his face. Conflict dancing in the shadow of his mind. Rage and confusion. I'll think about it, Earth. A difficult exchange. The son need not dig the trenches of the father. What do you want from the goblins going forward? Me? He smiles. I have no say in that. Are you saying we should let go of the past? Oh, no, not at all. Let the past sear your skin. Let it mark you forever. Use those markings to remember what you did, why you did it, and how you could do it better. Become a better man, always. The goblin should never forgive you. Good. There's a difference between acceptance and forgiveness. You may accept a man's weakness and see his place in the world. But if he makes a conscientious decision to hurt you, if he plays that intent into the world, that evil will forever mark him, and all that you can do is accept that evil as part of him or push him away. Forgiveness is weakness. Acceptance is truth. Taking back to Snell. You really... He stopped himself for speaking at first and then says, you really fucked up that assimilation. I know. There's one thing I apologize for, it's that I'm sorry. Is that the Earth? It is. We made it. I was always terrible at stagecraft. Snell shows the same face he's shown you so many times since you met him in that underground garden. To be ruled by evil or incompetence. Sometimes a mixture of both, I'm afraid. For someone who can see the future, that's saying a lot. Your god laughs. Too many small decisions with such indecipherable small impacts upon the odds. A certain scale, no autocratic, even divinely inspired leader is able to keep up. Ew, a bot. Ew. Get out of here, bot. Okay, bye. And you also, hi. Genjitsu, hi-oh. We made it all the way to the lands beyond and mostly had a chat with people. So that's good. At certain scales, an autocratic, even divinely inspired is able to keep up. We'll see what the strings of you two will walk on. But if it's a need comfort around this incompetent governance, I can assure you, Snell, and gives the goblin a meager glance. Lady Sageef is the one who truly changed the odds. Hi. Hey, hi-ho. Snell meets his eyes. Hope. I never expected it from someone like her. The dragon. Alas, there are many things I did not see coming. If anything, your instincts are clearly a dowsing rod of their own. Now. He looks at this floating angel, behind her a sea of stars. Aether. Earth. She grips her sword, as if ready to pull it at any moment, her many eyes spinning faster. Her voice cuts off, leaving a silence in the void. Is she flustered? She cannot find the words. His greatness overwhelms her. I do not want your service, Atir. I've told you this before. Ooh, ouch. His voice is soft and full of heartbreak. A rejection? No. He wants better of her. An oath will not bind you to the earth. Nothing can. I am... nothing. Shifts her chin, her arms in a salutation. As if striking a pose in the air, just for the sake of confidence. You have done much for men, for me, but there's something far more. I am lost. The intense telepathic words echo in your minds. You see Earth almost jolt, his head held high to meet the floating porcelain spectre before him. I am lost upon this world. No honorable power, no avatar of goodness, no greatness of the choir. The myths are children playing at running the coast, no different than arcanists, human essentials alike. Even ancients have gone mad or faded. And you showed me there was a better way, you fool. Your god shows nothing but empathy on his expression as she spits the insult into his mind. You absolute buffoon, you crunchy schmelteniku. Oof. Heavy words. I deserve that, I'll admit it. I did not expect to fade so soon. I should have prepared more. But don't think for a second I haven't seen you. You'd have to Earthguard work to fill the void in your heart. A deep sadness falls upon his face. My dear girl. A term of endearment. Look at them both. He holds out his hand. You need to get involved into politics. Kurwa. You catch a glimpse of Snell, his expression showing exactly your own disorientation at watching these two beings bicker. This nihilism is not what you need. Oh, look at that. I just saw that. Look at that. The Twitch chat just censored Kurwa. Look at that. Hilarious. I didn't know that on my English stream the Twitch chat would censor other languages as curse words. You're an era-spanning warrior, a lady of Norvik, an angel beyond the grasp of the Horde. I'm truly sorry. My pride and ego got the better of me. What if we start cursing in demonic or in dragonic? Is it gonna pick that up too? So I did not accept my mortality until way too late. If I had, I would have told you this before I passed. Make a choice. His voice is carried across the eternal flats. Anything but this limbo, I beg of you. The angel floats closer, her eyes glaring at him. There is no good choice. Endless hesitation is the worst choice of them all, Atir. And you've selected it for years. Every morning, every night. She is upon the ground, her feet hitting the esoteric ground. Sometimes all presented choices are bad. In those cases, you might as well pick the most ambitious road. Aim at the highest mountain and see where it takes you. Many eyes slows down to a crawl, focusing on the god. This also applies to Rag. Am I wrong, Atir? With Atir now standing, you see the two of them are nearly of equal height. No, Earth. He lets out a sigh. You are, in your simple way, correct once again. I need to end my contract with the city and Darrow post-election. Good, good. He takes a deep breath and taps her on the shoulder, on her shoulder plate. I know how stupid it is for a youngling like myself to say this, but I'm proud of you, Atir. I'm sorry for my weakness. No, Earth. She placed her hand on his shoulder as well. Your weakness is what made you special. I'm happy to see you one last time. One last time? Atir lifts from the ground once more. She knows all too well how these things go. Earth looks upon you with eyes that remind you of your father. Age wisdom. Age wisdom soaked in blood. I'd like to have a few more words with you, Ragn, before you return. He steps forth until you realize your god is nearly towering above you. Yes? I'm afraid we'll never speak again, my son. Truth. Yes, this was all forced by his last will and divine might. You spent your last strength on this? Yes, the last. This conversation, Ragn, he says, and places a warm hand upon your shoulders. The only time you'll ever feel his warmth. The last time anyone ever will. It was worth everything. I'm just a cleric. Yes. Some might even call you the cleric. Yes! I understand you. Someone finally does. Although wizard may be more appropriate. Correct statement, despite its theological nature. You've certainly been meddling with the primal force a lot. If you want to be a druid, you certainly have my blessing. Your god chuckles at you. What about barbarian? I've been breaking open magic doors with my bare hands all this time. Or so any warrior in this wild band of ours could be called that. Though I suggest using your rage sparingly. Anger always stems from some instance of injustice, meaning as a barbarian. It's important to keep your mind as sharp as your brawn in order to understand what true justice lies in the world. The strength plus intelligence build, no, I didn't. I did Constitution, Strength, and Wisdom. I just got lucky on that intelligence roll. We usually always fail on intelligence roll. It's really hilarious how stupid Dragon is. Earth looks down. And the Flame Tongue. Keep it. It served me well for many years. Go would have wanted you to have it. Also, we've been kind of lucky with all of our Strength and Constitution rolls. So that's why I've been breaking every single magically locked door with my bare hands with good rolls. Luckily. Despite everything, he was a good man. A good man. Perhaps. Yet a real man would never have let it come this far. A real man would have faced each trouble, each unspeakable fault within the system with the strength to stand, even if the world crumbled around him. A real man knows his intent is nothing but an excuse. Goodness itself lies in the heart of all folk. It's not built under the whims of a cleric, no matter the intent. I wish I met him under better circumstances, as do I. He takes his hands off your shoulder and takes a breath. He's about to send you home. Ask. This is your chance. One last time. What would you have me do, my lord? My time is over, Ragn. The coming era is yours. He looks to Snell, and then to Ethir. I believe in you all. I am your servant. Living along with your words, he murmurs, I hope I deserve your devotion. He scratches his beard. I'll tell you one thing, though. Do you remember your prayers, Ragn? The ones you always repeated to me at the end of our days? My prayer? The one. Oh. The prayer. You repeated it so many times. It was a cry, a pleading. At the end of the night at the library, after hours working the kiosks, when your body was broken past the days of Earthguard training in bed at night. He listens. Not from all. It's mostly noise, as you can imagine. Oh, did he just read my mind? I guess he does. I just noticed that. He responded to Constitution right there. Yours, however, it was a much simple prayer. This is what stuck with me. One thing you asked of me all throughout my life, a friend. It never changed, not once. Your goblin companion follows this conversation intently, yet he says nothing. Yeah, that. He smiles. I don't promise things lightly, son, but I can promise you this, my son. There's a string to follow, one where your prayer is answered, I swear to you. Your father is proud of you, for the man you have become, for the man you will be. Hold it in! Earth leads in and says softly, You're not alone. Then he takes a step back, his eyes shimmering in a flame glow. He looks down into the water. It is time. The election has begun. Oh no, I haven't voted yet. Right now, funny timing, isn't it? Now, as in now? It's already. I got so much work to do. Your god holds up a hand. No worries, Nell. I believe Miska has covered it all. She'll be glad to see you back there alive. Trust me. Yeah, good. He's flustered. Darrow looks quite mad, however. Yeah, I never swore an oath to Darrow. Good. I'm looking forward to it. Of course you are. I think I know what's gonna happen to him. How do we go back home? Starting to know you get your spells from. I'll just make it a little wider for you. Wish us luck. Fortune follows the meek. Oh, you know what? Meek never spoke up. No, Meek. Why? Meek, do you have any questions for my god? Dang it. That is, the man who carries a sword, but knows when to keep it sheathed. Is it safe yet? No? Darn. Master, please go home. Stop talking with the old bald man. Earth stares at the mouth of your scarf. You really picked up all kinds of friends, don't you? He touches his scalp with a laugh and cut in his throat. Old bald man. Let's go. Your god holds up a hand. From it, a white drop falls. It hits the acidic water below. What if Meek actually has dialogue if you wear him here? I am wearing him here. And I guess the answer is no. I've been wearing him ever since I got him. On like the third day, I believe. Whoa! Goodbye, Canute. Sad. Well, you had one dialogue. Hold on, one more thing. You need to ask. My lord, before we go. Yes, my son? What should I vote for in the election? You catch you by surprise with such a question. Though with delight you see a smile appear upon his face, he laughs. Your god lets out a loud and boisterous laugh among the radiant power of his divinity. The nationalist, of course. You out of anyone should be able to fix it from within, shouldn't you? Well, I guess we got our answer then. I was hoping after his talk with Ethir we would vote for ourselves, but I guess that's the same thing. Though I might have sabotaged. I might have sabotaged the nationalist by publishing the papers that they were going to sell out the city. Dawn of election day. Please don't tell me I'm gonna have to talk with everybody. Oh, hey, look at that. There we are. You. The city roars around you. Blocking the streets, hundreds seek the designated polling place. And you line the central streets of Tolstat. Having successfully made it to the election day. Gasp for air. And over you? Ah, shit. First thing you see is Snell getting up on the pavement beside you. He looks pale and queasy. Why didn't you tell me this portaling business will come with nausea? You need to man up, buddy. Keep yourself from vomiting. Oh no, I've got enough manning done for a lifetime. I've manned out. You manned out, but we just got it started. Don't say that, please. I agree with you, Snell. There's been enough men's hoods swung around this day. Look at your other side, a tear rises from the ground once more. She was undisturbed by the plane shifting. I should also mention I'm glad you are alive, both of you. I know I took care of everything by myself, but thanks for joining us anyway. You don't feel any nausea here? This is not my physicalities, cleric. Well, keep it that way then. The effects should be temporary, yet I sympathize with your condition. I see as many eyes look around. It appears we have not been too conspicuous on our arrival. Must appear without fanfare. Good. A bit anticlimactic, but convenient. For way to describe it. She sends and tells you both, Darrow is waiting. Come and speak when the time has come. The angel floats away up the hill. You hate to watch her go. Snell stretches a bit, then takes a glance around the crowds. Old man was right, the election sure has started. So we lost, what, 8+ hours? Something like that, maybe less? And we were in the void for about an hour, give or take, right? Esoteric travel is highly unstable. We're lucky we didn't drop off in Kargamesh. Keep your helm pressed against the ground as you speak. Lucky us, he mutters as it looks as if he's about to throw up as well. I wonder what would happen if we stayed there for longer, like a month. We come back years later. Probably just get all wacky and turn people to us back 5 minutes after we leave. Just to fuck with us? You know the Esoteric, it is how it is. The goblin takes in the sight of election day. He breathes in the air, his shoulders drop. Everything is fine, nothing is wrong anymore. You live. Live to see another life. A relieved smile on his face. Get up. Right, game plan. It's not that late in the day, so we're not rushing in voting. They won't close the polls until 9 o'clock. First of all, we need to report Lady Sageleaf. Then I assume we'll need to have a chat with Darrow too. Is everybody here? Everyone? I mean, most of Tolstat. Like a dozen different polling places around the city. I don't think I'm going to be talking with literally everybody, but only the people I want to talk to. If that's an option. Where's Lady Sageleaf? In the garden, most likely. Though if my ears don't deceive me, nearly is playing something on the field, we should go look. Report to her first of all, in my opinion. Yeah, whatever. I've never really had a chat with Darrow. Screw him. When you talk with Darrow, where do you think he is? No clue. Who else should I talk to? That's up to you, cleric. And there's no stress. Once you've got the important stuff out of the way, you've got all day. It's only 10:20-ish. I forgot what I'm voting for. The goblin laughs. I heard you when you asked him there at the end. Just follow your gut, I'm sure it'll work out. It's one vote after all, not the end of the world. Should I tell people I met Earth? He shrugs. I don't think anyone will believe you. At the very least not take you too seriously, but you do you. Let's go. To the garden first. I could ask Rollo and his brother. Hey guys. Oh, that's Arn and Rollo, both at the same time. You find a blonde kid standing with another much smaller blonde kid. Hey, look, it's a cleric. Cleric. The blonde kid gives you a somewhat decent salute. I hope you're doing good. I'm doing well. Okay. We just voted, or I did. Yeah, I'm not old enough yet. We seem stupid. I know more about politics than most people here. Be around all those newspaper? Yeah, that. And bro's always going on about it too. Bro crosses his arms and looks up into the sky. I actually voted blank as a protest. I know it doesn't really matter, but I just felt like doing something on a day like this, you know? Yeah, sure. You vote for what you want to vote for. It's not thinking any other way after what we saw. Have you seen the articles, though, about the contract? You saw them too, right, bro? Oh! Arn mumbles a bit, brings up a copy of the Novikian Post. Alleged corruption, magistrates selling city infrastructure. Doesn't count any names, but it mentions how they're doing a deep dive into, like, clues. She's coming, I feel it. Good. And Melissa, she, Nikki Kid looks around a bit. She did good. I expect to agree so much with an Asgillis, but I suppose we're fighting the same cause right now. I liked it too. I'm not an Asgillis either. Sure, you like Asgillis policy, but you're not an Asgillis. Makes sense. Word gives the government trouble expression. I mean, I still disagree with a ton of the principles, that we should have the right to stay united as humans, otherwise we'll just disappear like during the Coast War. I think some of the more economic-based policies are good. So... whatever. I don't really care. Yeah, I'll think about it. Me too. Looks weird for a second, as always. Sounds a bit like what Earth was talking about. The Epstein's fine to this world. Of course. Well, it's not that bad, I don't think. It's mostly corruption. So it would be what? Like... I don't know. Watergate, I guess you could call it. Oh, the Panama Papers. Yeah, that's good. That's a good example. I'm a bit worried. Hopefully you won't know we had anything to do with it, but we'll see. Roland turns to his brother and says, "Don't repeat that any of that, okay?" He nods. Snitches get breaches. That's what Dad always said, right? You should start in an icy look. That's not the right saying. But no need to get mad about it, Rollo. Jeez. Sorry. Notice I'm the one who's sorry. I don't remember if I said that, but Dad was a bit of a cunt. We're off without him. You're pretty capable of handling yourself. Keep it up. Any news, kids? Some fights last night in the flip. Most papers are focused on the election issues today. There's a nationalists will win if you believe the closing poll, and beyond that, there's a new party in the race, the Adventurous Party. Oh? The picture shows a group of armored dungeon delvers sitting around a tall human with a well-placed neck tattoo, an amazing haircut, and a friendly grin on his face. Looks like a bald man. Well-groomed, attentive, objectively likable. They seem like just like a free-strider branch party, like hyper-market liberals, that wants the entire economy to be built around finding loot in dungeons. That does sound kind of awesome. I'm sure you'd say that. You're the one with the divine magic. Snell laughs after taking a glance around across the article as well. What kind of ass-kissing article is this? Did they charm entire post faculty? That's my working theory, yes. Either way, I hope you have a great election day, Cleric. Yeah, have fun. Okay, bye. Oh, hey, there's a thingy bob. I saw that. Yeah, over there. Oh, the freesiders are here. Let's have a chat. We're supposed to have a date with Vitra? Cleric. It's a lovely day for an election. Sure is. She takes it the air. Years of effort, all of this. The revolution aims at the liberty of blah 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 blah. You won't take my city? Wah! Your city? Washington's your cleric. Blah 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 blah. A coalition without the Asgillis. What about the Party of Magic? I wish the agriculturists were still in the race. I'm a farmer. It's in my blood. I'm sure the agricult will rise again. There's been rumors of farmers going against the Asgillis line. Yes. A coalition without the Asgillis. Of course, now the issue was on the table. Blah 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 blah. The Party of Magic. Old Man's Praxis Party. Like, if you're ready to take it? Well, we're mostly... Since we discovered that A, they're just a branch of the Celestial, want to take over the city, B, they're gonna sell out the city, and C, we asked her out on a date and she said yes, but then we never got a date. No. Anyway, it's not new information. This is basically nothing, really. The thing about the Adventurous Party was much more interesting than this. This is just old information. Especially so we're looking for a thief. True, yeah. We're looking for you. We're in a bit of an absolute mess because of it. Aw. Someone information about the future deal in the press. I'm sure you'll read all about it soon enough. You look of someone who hasn't slept. Luckily, I'm not the one in charge here on paper, but my dear Durlelius is getting his behind kicked in as we speak. Not to be too gleeful about this, it is a massive problem for the future of the city, but I'm personally very happy about the potential of making him shipped back to Reeds. It's unfortunate for the revolution, but fortunate for you. I suppose so. Quite a wish, isn't it? You can help but show a bit of joy in the both body and expression. She is, but also dishonorable. Perhaps you should help her change the errors of her streets to other ways. Who released the documents? That's what we've been trying to figure out. Okay, bye. The Russian is going to need it. Speaking of which, I must say I was quite surprised by how you handled the surprise meeting with the ambassador. We got lucky. Been having trouble dealing with the insane demands for months leading up to the election. Obviously, we don't have too much skin in the game when it comes to halflings here, but if we will start to fully supporting deportation and blockades, there will be an insane backlash in Reeds. And just as you said to the ambassador, there will be massive backlash to the Horde as well. Just wanted to help you out. I simply spoke the truth. I can tell you the ambassador already sent over a lesson list of demand for the AEFAs. It's not amazing, but something we can at least work on. You stop working with them. They are alien invaders who would crush freestylerism if they had the chance. The orc nods at your statement, then looks up at the sky. It's not 100% true, nor is it false. There are factions within the Horde more receptive to liberty, even democracy. As you saw with the ambassador, Celestials are not monolithic. We hold out hope for a free Divinitorum within due time. Of course, the current choir would happily consume Ascanian and Reeds alike. They are brutal imperialists and conquerors, so for now, we'll keep working with them. Thank you for your concerns. Now it's time to have a lovely election day. Yay, what about the trade prince? The fancily dressed freestyler struck a pose. He takes a deep whiff of the air in his skin. By golly! What a beautiful day for an election! Sure is. He gives you a thumbs up with a goofy grin on his face. He then glances at you nervously. Just don't push me again, you hear? Punch me again. It was payback, it's been paid, we're cool. Right, cool. He lifts his chin. I've been president across a dozen first elections across the coast in my lifetime. I've seen the populace embrace the freestyler ideals, free trade, democracy, liberty for all. How does Norvik compare? It's quite a unique beast, I'll tell you. Freestylerism is built on such core concepts as freedom that it can overcome cultural barriers with ease, you see. But here at Norvik, it's even grander than usual. It's like a powder keg just waiting to pop off into a wonderful cacophony of prosperity. Maybe powder keg is a poor choice of simile, but still. Yeah, it is. You love this guy's energy? I do. He's likable. He looks up the pillar and sighs. Oh yeah, anyway, you ever catch the smoking invisible man I mentioned? Yeah, I found him in the Beyond. Tell him what you found. Yes, Lord Gorm, the Paladin of Norvik. He was the one behind the explosion? Snelly leans against the wall and gives you a jaded look. Well, not really. He was trying to blow up the election, actually. With the case of fireballs he got from Ilm, but he went up prematurely in the seed shop that day. He was doing it to resurrect Earth, which could have worked. But anyway, I also met Earth, who was sort of dead in the Beyond, and we had a chat. It was really informative and quite spiritual experience, if I'm being honest. I still haven't really processed the whole thing. The priest stares at you with a stacked jaw. Word vomit. Oh. There was also a coup against the city by the freestylers. You should look into that. Tell me about the corruption. Excuse me? Both Earth and Lord Gorm proved it to me that some magistrates in Norvik are actively selling out the city to the freestylers. This includes casting a feeble mind on the Lord Patriarch 7 years ago and keeping it on the wraps. Though maybe you're aware of that. You're aware of all that since you're a trade prince after all. We just at you then over the pillar again. Look, the free cities have a lot of deals. Some of them quite shady, but we actively fight against corruption of this kind. It'd be complete hells if this got out into the public. I'll absolutely look into this. If there's foul play going on, I'll be sure to handle it behind the scenes. You should put it out in the open. That's not quite how we handle things, Cleric. Thank you very much for bringing it to my attention. I do believe he truly believes in these ideals. You're not going to write a book about this. You're not going to write this in your books, are you? I don't think anyone would believe me, even if it did. Might be good fiction, though. Too bad. He nods. We're glad you survived the Beyond, at least. Would be too happy knowing that I actually sent the cleric to his death. Yeah, because he knows about the pillar. At the very least. Happy you survived the troll as well. Oh, well that's all on you. His ability is expired. Casting it. Oop. I'll be sticking around for a few more days, so we should speak more when there's time. But first, we should place your vote. Good yellow. You should place your. I thought for a second he said you should place your vote. Good yellow. No, good fellow. Oh, I gotta do that. Yes, you do. For liberty. But seriously, we should talk more later. I'll find you. Okie dokie. Anybody else? The merchant. Ai, Takishara. Do I need to understand languages? No. Busajir sen baina u, chini tukya yamabneg kovjiv son sonshu. She's speaking in tongues! Oops. You're having a stroke, don't worry. Stare at her. She claps her hands together with a sigh. Wait 4 seconds. Yes, now? Yeah? Does she have a magic item to understand languages? Great! Sorry, tongues must have ran out. Great to see you again. My big spender of a customer. Thanks to you, my supply is entirely dry now. The last where we went to some election enjoyers here. How much did you spend? I spent that much? You did! She bows her head to the ground. Must be like $1,000 bucks. You know what the deck of many things is? Of course, a classic. Lots of the mystical tales floating around from around the failure, I think. They're all lost to time now, they say, but I've heard rumors of one or two hidden in some private collection. I used the one just a while ago. Really? And you lived? I mean, I might have died, but then I spoke death out of killing me. Of course I did, I'm the cleric. I found a highly impressive warrior. I'll make sure to find you later to force you to enjoy this tale of yours, that I promise. Okay, that was a short conversation. Let's make our way to Lady Sageleaf. Maybe today is going to be the time for her to reveal that she's a dragon to Snell as well. Who's that guy? I don't remember them. A very happy dwarf. I'm going to get a griffin one day. Oh, that's evil guy. Hey, evil guy. Human? I don't think he likes me. Doesn't like anyone. Raz glares at you from beneath the hood, then he puts down his pipe with a scowl. I'm looking forward to the day all you human filths are wiped out for good. I can promise you it's not far away. When the folk war begins. Why are you so mean? I'm just saying what everyone's thinking. Nobody likes humans. You should all die. We're still here, though. For now. I think he's upset. I think he's still upset, Snell. Yeah, us goblins are sensitives, you know. Fuck you. Fuck you. Oh, I can't do a fuck you. Oh, well. Oh, hey, Ost. I didn't manage to sell any milk. Hello. The kobold stands in the corner. Cleric, go! I don't want to talk to you. Not you! But what about the milk? You are rude. Have you ever looked in the mirror? Rude face on cleric. You can't see my face. I have a helmet on. No. I know you're ugly under Matilda. Very ugly. Sticks and stone may break my bones, but my words really do take out my HP. That is true, but it has nothing to do with conversation. Stupid cleric. Cute. Then his eyes suddenly light up. Wait! I remember. Milk run. Uh-oh. Cleric needs to pay 10,000 crowns now. I didn't sell any milk, so we can have it back. Of course not, because Cleric is stupid. Now pay. No. Of course Cleric can pay, because Cleric is terrible and stupid. Now Cleric leave, and Cleric owe me recoup. You can just give him back the milk. The milk run is complete. Oh, we don't get a feed. Oh well. It's fine. We can just give him back the milk. Easy peasy. Mommy Sageleaf. What would be the equivalent but for a dragon? If you actually pay him, his ration is very funny. I don't even know who I would have sold the milk to. I tried my best to talk to everybody and always ask them for the milk. But nobody wanted to buy $2,000 milk. I imagine it might have been because I failed the intelligence check, so the price was 10,000 bucks. And the milk was 2,000 bucks. But if I succeeded in the intelligence check, it would have been more reasonable prices. Are you voting? I have already done so, yes. I am an early bird. Do liches never need to sleep? No, Cleric. I was being facetious. What? I said I was being facetious. Facetious. You can say to anyone, no, the milk. That's not what you said. That's not what you said. Mink agrees. Just in case Master wonders. I mispronounced that, Cleric. It can happen to the best of us. Don't worry. I say it all the time. Snell holds his side, laughing loudly. Then he suddenly stops and takes a step back. Please don't kill me, or the cleric. This kid stands there, not moving a single muscle in his stale, pale face. I will consider it. He then squints his eyes on the sun. I'll schedule a meeting with you, cleric. About your trip to the beyond. Ah, sure. The information will be highly valuable. I met Earth. He observes you. Repeat that. Earth and Lord Gorm, it's the whole thing. Stares at you blankly. Then looks at Snell. The goblin shrugs. Come by the Lich House tomorrow. I must know more. I must also thank you for completing this quest of yours. No problem. He really raises his hands before forming into a thumbs up. Well done, cleric. You have been an exemplary government employee. I'll see you soon. What about Kraid? You approach the crocodile man, a deep growl coming straight from his stomach. The sound causes you to shiver. You know he is hungry. Kraid does not often visit the city during day. Not so many good targets. A few. Kraid hungers. Relax, Crocodilus, relax. Kraid is a very relaxed human. The monster shrugs. For now, the hunt is sadly ceased. This election is not Kraid's time to shine. What's in those slog dogs? The crocodile man stares at you for a moment. Then he shrugs. Depends. Kraid is Master Chef. Kraid makes slog dogs have everything. I'm allergic to something. You can really guarantee my safety. If Cleric is, as you say, allergic, the Cleric does not have constitution for life anyway. Might as well die. I agree. Cleric is wise. She's gonna hang around? Viskin asked. In case of trouble, he asked, Great! So yes, hang about. Great! Hopes there's trouble. This hurts my mouth. Give me, I gotta drink. That's it. This hurts. It hurts to say. I can only do great on the first hour. Yeah. Okay, bye. Oh, I didn't see the duck. Hey, duck. What's up? Soldier. The Dark Knight greets you with a word. His voice emanating from ominously and quite esoterically from his armor. He does not say anything. You cannot get him to speak, but you know all too well. There's something you are missing. Figure out what's up with this guy. Is he gesture? Advantage against evil? You spoke with Earth. Why is it relevant here? You learned about manhood from the duck. You met with Gorm the Paladin just like him. I thought we already knew who he was. So what will be the additional secret? Wait. What? By the gods, look at his armor, his axe, the way he speaks. He's a paladin. One rock in rage, and I thought we already knew that. Resurrected by Viskin, a shade of an old icon, and you know which. It's... yes. Borgo Darrow. The one and only. His corpse must have been stolen by the foul pale man. You're Borgo Darrow. Didn't we already know that? No response. You're the first paladin of Earth. He says nothing for a while. He's not heard that name in a very long time. Darkness, soldier. Decades of service, all to darkness. He sheds his armor, an unnatural creak reaching your ears. The coast aligns itself to the tune of weak fools. Sticks bubble into kindling, waiting for a spark. I serve Viskin, I served Earth. A man needs to serve. Tomorrow I might serve another, or I return to the darkness. I am a shade, soldier. I exist to serve and vanquish. So you want to serve Viskin? The necromancer animated me. I am a shade of his making. I don't understand. You remember Earth? He was a man. He brought great things to the lives of men. I served him well. You killed trolls. Foul beasts. They were good combatants. What do you think of the Earth folk today? They are weak. Their choices will haunt them. I care not to watch. What do you think about your descendant, Magistrate Darrow, your great-grandson? I cannot further trifling. They are a clan of spoiled weaklings. An embarrassment to my old flesh. My gods. That's a condemnation if I've ever heard one. You would like your great-great-granddaughter, though. She's an evil warlock assassin. A what? She killed me multiple times with dark magic and everything. Multiple times? She fell at killing you? Like father, like descendant. I'm not that easy to kill. What embarrassment. Her entire lineage is all judgment and no nurture. I actually spoke with Earth just a while ago. He snatches in your direction. Oh shit! Your stomach stirs. Speak, soldier. I met him in the beyond. He's dead, but his spirit remains. Earth is... Tell me. What does he speak of? He knows Norvik faces enemies on all sides. Free striders, corrupt magistrates, foreign threats. And he still wants us to face the risk of democracy. Then he's a bigger fool than I imagined. The Dark Knight grinds his gauntlet together. When I learned he faded, I did not mourn. Before he left the city into ruins. Earth was a fool. Earth was meek. That is why he's failed. Meek? No, sorry, not meek. Heretical language from a shade of a man. Borgo Darrow has fallen to despair, and that is all that is left of him. Leave him in his wallowing. It was its meekness that saved us, time after time. He silent for a bit. Ominous. Leave me, soldier, the time will soon come. His voice turns to a whisper, a wind upon the wind. The reckoning at last. Listen. Death on his mind. Blooded death. We'll be fine. Can't be an evil plot to kill everybody, can it? Surely. You spot a familiar skull perched over the crumbling edge of the ancient snail tower overlooking the river. He's completely still, like an ornament of a particular morose garden decorator. Mondaval? Cleric! The skull spins to face you, gems twinkling. Come, sit with me! He gestures with nothing. He seems to think he gestured. Sit next to the skull. Sometimes a man needs to stretch his legs, get some fresh air in his lungs. He has neither legs nor lungs. This spot is great, isn't it? The river, the sky. Yeah, it's nice. But I've been thinking, Cleric. The skull writers slightly. I need a new doom. A new doom? My current alcove is fine, but fine is not spectacular. What do you have in mind? The north wall. Have you seen the view from up there? Magnificent. I could set up a whole laboratory, balcony overlooking the city, maybe a reading nook with a window. The altitude alone would be worth it. The feng shui alone would lead to much more aligned ley lines access. I live on the north wall, it's nice. You do? Good, then you have a new neighbor soon. Sure, you're fine. I'm sure I'll make you regret saying that. Feng shui. Don't get me started, it's one of my many hobbies. And I know what you're thinking. Why would an incredibly honorable lich like myself ever dabble in celestial bullshit? One reason, balance of the elements. Radiance might hurt quite a bit, but that pain can be a secret to longevity, you know? I would know, I'm immortal. Are you really a lich? You seem like a talking skull who reads too many magazines. I would have retorted with something clever, but I'm enjoying the sun far too much. How'd you get out? What do you mean? I simply walked. In honesty, if the average Norwegian saw a skull floating on by casually, then they would most likely not assume it was an evil undead. They would assume it was a joking illusion of kinship. Alright then, have fun with that. Luck? Ha! Luck is for mortals who don't plan ahead. The skull turns toward the river. This kid thinks I'm being ridiculous, of course. But what does he know about interior design? Not much, his hair is pretty drab. Exactly! Anyway, good talk, cleric. If you need me, I'll be here. You will not. Everything you have learned from this mad demi-lich has already been extracted. Is it really okay for another creature to like hang out in the sun? A zombie or a ghoul... Oh, wait. A zombie or a ghoul might be affected in serious ways, but a demi-lich is not a vampire. They have no capacity to learn or regular light. Pretty old benevolent here does not have any regular sensitivities. Let's keep going. Can I talk with Snell? Hey Snell, wanna chat? I haven't seen this many people on Pillar Road since the West Bridge collapsed a few years back. It's going good, I'm surprised. It's because peace was upheld, Snell. Sure. I was thinking more about the type of chaos brought about by the normal people gathering in large masses. I've spent a few broughts at least, some drunkard falling to the river, something. It's not over yet. Shit, I shouldn't jinx it, you're right. Becoming companion lets out a heavy sigh. Let's get going. Remember, you go vote when you're done. And drop in mine as well. Let's go. To the garden. Hopefully I can make it there. Without distraction. There's a distraction. There's a lot of distractions. There's plenty of distractions. Oh my god. One at a time. Gotta put my nose. Give me a second. Okay, that took more than a second. Excuse me, more longer. Okay, it was good. Nessan, you see the elf conversing with the giant central tree of Dostat, her words clearly articulated. Oh, my lord, do not fret. They do not wish you any harm. What's up with all the bikes? In this world, there's bikes in jukes boxes. I guess it is weird. There's like elements of the modern world mixed in with this world. But I'm pretty sure these bikes are like an ancient... They've had bikes since ancient times, I believe. Oh, my lord, do not fret. They do not wish you any harm. They are voting. It's called democracy. She's speaking quite clearly. Taking care of the elders. How lovely. I mean, why are they all here? I don't know. Maybe because people use them to get here? The leaves on the tree rustle and the elf chuckles. It is quite silly, isn't it? Oh, cleric! I'm just having a chat here with Lord Pooh. Speak with plants? Yes, cleric. The leaves rustle again, and the elves translate. He says hello. A branch waves in the wind. The minute now, we have to be polite at first. The cleric is a great hero of the city. What did he say? Nothing, cleric. She chuckles creepily. I've been to see how it went for you actually with your little trip. Yes, that trip. Lord Pooh or you saw it all. He sees most things around here, in fact. So he's interested too, aren't you, Minimum Puni? It went well. Almost died, but that's usually how it goes with most things. So listens to your description intently. Interesting. Communion with the primal strings and our little Vatar makes it clear that the disturbance at the tea shop has been calmed as well. You should feel proud, cleric. This is an accomplishment. Thank you. But Snell did a lot of work too. Did he now? I mean, yeah. Maybe we should leave those two lovebirds to their actions. Perhaps we should. But the person who should speak with you about a certain topic. Druidism, cleric? There's a true path to walk. What about it? It has no real foothold in Norvik, but we have mountainly set meetups and various parks around the city. If you wish to partake in the next one, you have an official invitation. I would love to join. Wonderful. I'll be sure to get a fika for all of us. A dwarven term for tea and cookies. Yes! We should discuss primal incidents, how to keep our parks and below safe areas safe from expansion and so on. I'm sure you'll be interested in hearing about the tea shop. Some people express concern about over if it was primal or elemental related. I'd be glad to see you there, cleric. I hope you enjoy this election day. You've earned it. She smiles. A good elf. Rare breed. Snell clears his throat and looks awkward. Time to go then, cleric. He's standing quite a bit away from Nessun as always, because of the mushrooms. Why are you scared of mushrooms, Snell? Not scared. As a rational aversion. Nessun chuckles, a deep chuckle. How did they get up here? Convince him! 20... 23... Oh, they get all my bonuses. Just push for it. You'll break. Tell me, after everything we've been through. The goblin rubs his eyes. Fine, okay. It's not because of you, first of all, even if I'm sure you've gladly taken the credit. Of course. She smiles creepily. It's a bit of a cliche, but I fell into a mushroom patch as a kid during the garden expansion. Juggler is so OP. Jester, from the deck of many things. We haven't really got to use it for much. But I think this is one of the first time where only the Jester is the thing that gave me advantage. The spores got to my mouth and eyes. It was awful. Took weeks for the icky feeling to go disappear. He shudders. Jester is fine. I understood. Excuse me if I'm a bit standoffish, okay? Stackar Snell. A dwarven term turns into a poor little one. Wow, that's so funny it's almost sad. It's terrible. It's embarrassing is what it is. I had the halfways had trouble early on with the expansion process, lots of little incidents like that. I can promise you, mushrooms are not so bad as it seems, if handled properly, and not used to trap little goblin children. They're quite a really fun guy. I get that, but I'm still going to stand back if that's okay. Of course, Snell. Let me know if you change your mind. I'm also available for a hug. Right. Stacker, Snell. Taylor Prue thanks you for the cash. Some good stuff in there. The tree rustles. He understands you and he tells you, interpret the tree as telling you, this ugly fish pal does not deserve my treasures. Pooh, you can't say that. She says the trunk. Flesh pal. She smiles at you. You're good at reading trees. Oh. She leans in and whispers to you, I will comment down. Sorry about this. I gotta ask, like, really, what is your relationship with the tree? I'll admit it. I might be stringing him along for a bit. Oh. Yes, nothing I'm too proud of. But some trees are of the most virile varieties need to enjoy attention. Not the debaucherous kind, mind you. The kind attention given by the heart. But if a 10-minute conversation of a month gives an old tree his jitters, then who am I to deny him? Friends only the tree. No. That's elder abuse. You're manipulating. That's evil. Kind of, maybe. Also, we have Brr here. Brr waves his staff around up your ass, causing little flowers to spout. And he notices you with it, tilts his cap. Still make sure to keep a healthy distance from the conversation. Cleric! You speak no more now? No brr? Ness casts tongues on me. Very kind of her. Allow me to interact with people up here. Nice to see you up here. Yes, it's been a very long time. Not really as bad as I remember, potentially simply because the weather is good on this day. But we'll see. Did you care the election? Yeah, I am. Very interesting. Reminds me not of the hive-minded people I've interacted with over the years. The people to sway the course of the colony, it seems like wisdom, though it could backfire depending on the general intelligence of the individual wisdom of the people. You must believe in people. Liberty for all. I believe in us. Belief is good, I think. It's interesting to talk about this. Lots of people here seem to know about democracy. Let's see you around. You as well, cleric. You're going to be a great person among your people. I wish you your followers well. You speak as if you are God yourself. That could be a thing. I do sometimes see the odds of my choices. Like what Earth was talking about. Oh, hey! Drummer's here. Dwarf ignores you and whispers to the goblins, the storm caused to us. That's all he ever says. Hey, Drummer. Pretty sure you're still gonna get arrested for smuggling. Near Our Lady's apartment, you hear that familiar rhythmic thumping noise. Cleric! Is that my voice? Oh. Sorry. It was the first thing I had. Right. Well, don't. Please. That's creepy as all hell. You're staying around here, huh? Of course I am. Bruce stops his calls with telling. I groveled and begged for mercy. Now I'm all kind of stuck with this shit. Ah. The bird tracks the Betty pose. He appears well. The bird's not allowed to speak to you like this. Or is the language issues? You are unsure. It's opening up to you. How nice. Start taking your papers, but look at it from the bright side. You can now pay your debt and get a clear conscience. Conscience! He copies... Oh, conscience. He copies your voice. Conscience. 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 Conscious is human. Bullshit. Never trust a big bird. Okay, now I'm not sorry anymore. Fuck you. You make a bad name for all the mimic birds in the city, and while I only know of you, if you ever meet another one of your futures, I'm gonna have also negative stereotypes about you, and that's not okay. Best of the angry grunt for something with like some type of thick dwarven fellow. Well, I'm gonna be here for a long time, so get used to it. Have you tried not fleeing from active investigation like a good person? But I didn't do it, sir. I meant it like a child frolicking through the summer leaves among the flowers and the bees. It's an explosion, sure. But the rest? Look! I'm here to stay. No need to be all shitty about it. Lady Sagely, her will would be done. I'm stuck with her for months, maybe years. That's punishment enough. Seriously, don't use my voice. Halfway's handled his secret cache, right? I got a message about it. It's not collected by now. Some went through official channels. Some. Stop. It's gonna take... I can't tell when he's copying Chanel. It's gonna take until Snell because he speaks up about it. It's gonna take days to go through it all in the same way, in a safe way. If the city handled it, it'd take months. Don't worry, Mr. Drummer. I'm sure the old lady will ask you for some help. Me. Here's your papers. The bird stares at them as you place them in his sharp claws. What? Thank you. He puts them away. I'm very grateful. Sorry for being asshole. I did steal your passport, so I get it. But immediately starts bolting away from you. Only would be a bit pissed, but I get it. What is probably to deal with? Fuck that guy. It's fine. They're dealing with the consequences just fine, it seems. I can still interact with this monument. Can I reread what it says? Yes, but I'm not good at it. I can also jump in the pipe again. Oh, the crab is here. Hey, crab. You welcome to the crab. A blue crab, I bet he's a nationalist. Why? Blue is the color of Norvik. So, we should all share the city. Not for long. Is nationalism all red? Norvik is the ancient, the arcade era was red. A time for bloodshed and violent growth. This era, this is blue. And the crab made you think of that? Yes. Speak with animal. Hey, got your finger! Not again. No. All crabs is annoying. Hee just me. I'm a stinker. Okay, bye. Now, why is there creatures to commune with? As you know, the crab kicks his claws in front of you before jumping off the side of Stolstat. And so this crab is in particular is the roughest example of among its creed. You are very tired. I forgot to tell you that I was voting in the election. Don't worry, cleric. I'm sure he already knows. And he probably does not care. Oh well. Oh, Lady Sageleaf is here. And we have the music person, Miss Nearly. She's so deeply into her performance, she does not notice your approach. Interesting tune, not traditional, but still neat. She's good. Wave to her. And let her play. Okay, I'm gonna blow my nose one more time before we talk with Lady Sageleaf. If you give me a second. Otherwise, it's gonna sound all weird. Okay, I think I'm good. Let's go. You approach the Goblin Chieftain sitting on the grassy field by herself. You notice several eyes fall upon you from the bodyguard stationed around the area. They're ready to attack you at a glance. She's enjoying the sun. The dragon. She doesn't look so intimidating sitting out there. I guess dragons are just like reptiles, huh? Aren't you enjoying the sun? The literal dragon in front of you clicks her tongue and stirs from her rest. She squints at you before closing her eyes. Oh, the dog wants out. Give me a second. Go, doggy. Go, doggy, go. Okay, he's gone. She squints at you. Snell. Yes, my lady. Report. How did it go? The Necklace Fireball was used accidentally in the tea shop. It was meant to go off underneath the temple on the election. Right about now, in fact. She just forwards in the seat and glares at the servants. Lord Gorman the Beyond wished to use those death to bring back his god from the dead. She stares at him. You know, Earth. I got that part. Yeah, so, Lord Gorman was dealt with and he's confirmed dead. I can confirm that. She glances at you, then back to Snell. I see. So the threat has been neutralized. There should be no ongoing repercussions. The dragon clicks her tongue. I'll have more details later, but good. Well done. She turns to you with a light smile. As you as well, cleric. The service you performed here is more than I ever expected. You're honorable. That should be it. Then there was the chat with Earth. Right. Lady Sageleaf then looks away twice before raising her eyebrows to the sky. Excuse me, did you say Earth? You handle that one. Yes, Earth lives in the space, blah 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 blah. He's just there? Yeah, or rather he used his last of his strength to reach out this time. He had a nice chat. Good talk. She points a finger towards Snell. I want a full report on this later. Of course, Lady Sageleaf. The Goblin Chieftain grumbles to herself. Esoteric bullshit. Agreed. Cool esoteric bullshit. Whatever. She groans. It's good to have you back. I'm at least very glad you did not get stuck out there in the void. And you, Snell. I'm very, very happy you made it out alive. You're my best brother after all. My lady. He bows. Nerd. He loves her. He is honorable. Oh, and one more thing. Yes? You know I'm a dragon, right? He stares at her. His queen just dropped a bomb. She gestures lazily towards you. The cleric figured it out, so it was time for you to be told as well. He blinks twice, then once more. He would ask you if she should be metaphorically, but he knows all too well his lady does not speak in riddles as such. He struggles to find his words. I know you suspected it, but here, I'll confirm it for you. I'm a very old green dragon. He closes his slacked jaw. My lady, Are you still happy serving me, despite knowing the secret of mine? He bows immediately. Of course I do. Then guard the secret with your life. There are many forces on the coast who would wish us harm had it been discovered. She side-eyes you. Of course, it's not a difficult veil to maintain. Who would believe such an obvious and fantastical rumor? Aye. Snell takes a step closer to this lady and is expressed Snell takes a step closer to this lady, his expression determined and... excited? I've always wondered about your nature, my lady, he says softly, as to not let anyone among the festivities overhear. I'm surprised, but it doesn't change anything. If there is no difference in the way you view goblins, if you are as loyal to us as we have been to you, then you are one of us. Flame-breathing or not does not make a damn difference. She scoffed. A soft scoff. That works as a disguise for some other, much warmer feeling. No flames from me, I'm afraid. That will only produce heaps of chlorine gas. Snell's eyebrows shoot towards the sky. Chlorine what? You and me will talk more about this all later, Snell. For now, you can rest assured that this service you have provided has earned you a hefty promotion. Thank you, my lady. He's blushing. Adorable, his infatuation is showing. And don't you look so shocked. Your peers will believe that you have chewed you out or something. She cackles. Your companion attempts to compose himself and mutters, I'm just surprised the cleric figured it out so quickly. She literally calls herself the Dragon of Tolstat. The literal dragon cackles and leans back on the rocky chair. Want to see her dragon form? We can kind of see it. Tooth, eyes, scales. Do they look like leaves? Now go vote, you two. It's election day, for God's sake. Yes, Lady Sageleaf, anything you say. She clicks her tongue with a smirk. So you're really okay with knowing that? The goblin gives you a surprisingly nonchalant shrug. I won't stand here and say I'm unfazed, but it doesn't change much. If anything, it just makes me more certain. The halfway has a great future, and I'll be here to make sure it happens. It's a curveball out of nowhere, and nothing, not even a sliver of uncertainty. Your companion is strong. Now we'll process this later, you're sure of that. Let's take our leave and meet with Darrow now. Maybe you can see her dragon form if you do something really bad, like, I don't know, attack her or something. Or maybe you don't want to see it. Oh, hey, there's the Lord. Maybe you won't see it physically, but you'll see it, like, described in text. Here we have the Asgalists. The seagull is here. We never talked with the seagull. Oh, my bike! You see your bike, now alone on the bridge. You wish to ride it. A man in your bike will be red, but it will suffice. It's not much as how you steer the bicycle. True love right there. It's wonderful to see. I can cast knock to unlock it. You cast knock on the lock of the bike. Oh, so you didn't have your key. I lost it in the river. Right, got it. So I can ride back home. After a vote, of course. Of course. What happened to all the other bikes? Death, probably? Imagine this is how the cowboys of Old Limanor felt when they reunited with their horses. We'll never know for sure, so wait, why not? Off to the sunset on your yellow bike. Romantic. The end is near. Oh, we have the deep dwarf. Oh, look, Roman. I forgot his name, his voice. Whatever. Is the cleric of Norvik come to bless us once again? Aren't you just a darn lucky charm of a human, eh? He slaps you on the arm, roughly. You found the lost mines yet? Nah. He set his fist together. The rust monster on his shoulder lets out a screech. You've helped quite a bit. I've already got a new lead to delve into, so I'm in a good mood, I'll have you know. You're voting green, aren't you? No. Stand up for yourself, Dad. Make a bad decision isn't a crime. Romulus makes a squishy noise on his shoulder. Be seeing you. Alright. What about what's-her-face, Melissa? A group of Asgard youth activists are sending out newspapers and chanting slogans that are showing their values in the streets. One of them adjusts her glasses. Cleric? Thanks again for the ink. We managed to, just before the deadline, get each and every copy sent out across the city. The girl moves out the stack of newspaper with a grunt, then looks at you. The election issue is going out well enough. But I'm still pissed that I had to change the article. It feels like such a waste. It's a safe move, you know it. I know, that's what's pissing me off. We want a splash to be noticed, otherwise it's just another minor design. Nobody would have been an eye at this. Melissa, there's still good stuff in there. Yeah, I'm just saying, getting a reaction is good. That's exactly what the youth as girls are about. Confrontation, evaluation, and intense debate. That's what Miran always said. My behold of her tells me that she doesn't actually believe in her ideals, just the concept, just making a splash. The ideology, not itself, not its principles, but just the idea of an ideology. I mean, she still does, just as a forewoman, and not as our boss. She snaps her fingers. Right, and then the breaking news too. The message was setting out water lane. Yeah? The article went great. Not every paper picked it up on it, just like I anticipated. Particularly those with Freestyler owners. But some of them did, so the Chant and the Norwegian Post both have the same headline. Could you imagine? There's already been talk about an official inquiry, especially now that evidence is getting some broader scrutiny. I'm a barrister though, so I won't speak much on it. I haven't already done more than enough. All of a sudden she wobbles a bit on the spot, her eyes grow dim. Melissa! Your dwarven friend grab her in time. Oh gods damn it. Thanks, Zerba. You okay? Yeah. It was a long night, but this didn't stop working until we went here. Make yourself kill if you work this much. Get back to work, you two. You better read a copy, then go spread the word. Asgardism is the future. I'm gonna ask about a license. It's a bit late for that. Yo. The dwarven foreman crosses his arms when you approach. Mr. Cityman, I can gladly inform you that the Asgardian movement is going splendidly. And you helped quite a bit. Yeah, sure. Dwarven grins at you while nodding 3 times. Happy to have you on our side, cleric. Any case, we got a duty to fulfill here, in the last moment, before a new and hopefully green dawn. Make sure to put down your vote in a wise way for the future of the city. The future of the city. For Norvik. All the dwarves around the chains of Houston. For Norvik! Alright. We have somebody up here. The guy who curses all the time. Come on, move it there. We'll talk with Darrow last. I'm definitely gonna sell out his daughter. You stop. Another sending. Another ominous feeling. Another assassin, right? A familiar feeling for once. It's... receive it. Hello, Ragn. Motherfucker. Patriarch Ixcraft. I am sending you because I saw you appear by divination orb, also known as a crystal ball. Your skull rattles hard. You popped out of existence for a while. I figured out you went after whoever smuggled in that necklace of fireballs. Well done making it back. Proud of you. The message cuts off. Now you may reply. You believe that this is anything worthwhile to say. I'm our god, Patriarch. He is watching us all. I have much to tell you if you wish to listen. That sounds rather spiritual, Rangin. Rang. You give them the message. I would love to hear all about it. I'll book you in for a spot tomorrow, said. See you then. Yes, Patriarch. Message from the towers. Yeah. Cool. Let's keep going this. Sure. You didn't seem that unhappy about it. Hey, little demon guy. Hey, Ethier. Anything to say, Ethier? As you approach the angel, she turns to face you in the air. Her glorious aura enveloping your soul. Snell gives you a nod. I'll be over there if you need me. Ethier turns her face facing your direction. The crowds are filling in the streets. Voices cast for the future. Among all mortal behavior, it is This I'm treasure the most. Your insistent need to be heard. Her many eyes spin slowly around her head. Deep in thought. I can't believe it. We met Earth. I believe I understand you, despite our differences. Do you think you should listen to Earth? Yes and no. I'll take his words as what they are, a suggestion. The coming days I must spend time on meditation. What my future brings will be my own choice. But if it matters, thank you. I appreciate your input on this matter, cleric. Oh, input? That's something you can work with. So with a classic. Makes sense, strange feeling. Is heart danger, yes? I mean, understand, but master, be careful. Attempt to flirt. I said I like your input on as well. I understand. You wish to discuss copulation, huh? Copulation. Your heart skips a beat. Oh. That's slightly horrifying. Oh no. Oh no, no, no. You can't do this. Your heart is literally exploding. Yes. For now, only one thing can be attempted. Survival. Survive the flirting. Yes. We got it. Constitution is one of our main stats. It's fine. The pain, the fear. Yes. I can handle this conversation. Yes. Aether. Let me take you out on a date. Her eyes begin to spin faster. On this day, I've chosen to act human. Perhaps this may constitute the coming of week as well. You can be angel, human, or anything you want. Angel stares at you with many, many spinning eyes. We shall meet for some time after this. For a date, as you put it. Yeah! It is done. The lady has been wooed. Once this is over, that is. The angel floats gently before you, a faint smile appearing on her porcelain face. She's opening up to you. It's a wonderful feeling. The angel lowers herself all the way to the ground, her armored boots hitting the ground with a thud. Now the sun is setting, metaphorically. Literally. You have finished your job. I am considering my path. What will be yours? Huh? What will you do once the city changes? Once the election reshapes its foundation? I've thought about it. Her halo floats closer to your helmet. I'll be a cleric. I'll go private. I'll study more. People. Politics. Agriculture. Cleric! Stand by your ideals, then. Be what you are. Be it well. I'll watch your path with interest. My guardian angel. Don't call me that. You're my boss. She crosses her arms across the breastplate. I yearn for the field. True. Many eyes observe you in silence as the roaring city around you seems to fade away. You've been unsure which gaze to meet all this time. With alien eyeballs rotating around, detached from her porcelain skin. For the first time you feel certain. You see all of her, all at once. Look at her. Still takes a few careful steps up to you. I was not interrupting anything, but, that's all, Snell. We are finished here. Good job to you as well, Snell. You have performed a great service. I do not speak on behalf of the city, but I am certain everyone in Norvik is grateful to you. There's an awkward chuckle. Think about compliments from a literal angel just makes you giddy. One more thing, Etir. Who are you voting for? The telepathic voice is silent for a bit. Then the answers. I don't know. Last second, eh? Yes. She holds a hand in front of her face. I decided to be a bit more human. For this day only. And many eyes look into the sky. We'll see what fate brings. Good. Non-mortals should aspire towards our fleeting glory. To burn all the more brightly before the end. Your heart is gleaming and good. Perhaps even green. Celestial. Human. Heart to heart. Let's go with the guy who curses all the time. Oh wait, no, demon guy. Hey, demon guy. Here we are. Election day at last. The little devil shows you a fiendish grin. Ready to vote, cleric? Oh yeah. Figured. Grins at the windows. There's still time though. Don't need to rush it. So many interesting people coming out here today. I'm sure you got a ton of stuff to catch up on. Heard you were MIA for some time here. Devil chuckled. Just cleric business. Of course. Now me, I'm getting brushed on some stuff myself. These post-station months will be big business. Because the laws will change? Well, my professional estimation is the nationalists will enter into a union with the Free Striders, then the city will face massive amount of paperwork. We're talking rewriting of base laws, designing new company structure, trade agreements, citizenship documents. It will cross together. Stereotype. So much work, I love it. Look evil. I am evil, cleric. The coast runs on evil bastards, he laughs. Now this wasn't expected. It's a long time coming. I've obviously got a tight deal with Darrow, so wherever he goes, I tend to follow. What's your deal with Darrow? Just an informal thing. He helps me, I help him. Started a while back when he was getting started. I'm pretty good at finding loopholes, and he's the kind of guy who loves to stick his fingers at them. Nasty. Ew. Not in a weird way. Hoping this devil will be more honorable. If he's working for Darrow like this, he must be corrupt. What is the legal status of a god who dies but exists in a fused state between the worlds? He stirs the deal for a few seconds. I have no idea. Probably just a grey zone connected with general ghost business. Ghosts, ghasts, shades, spirits, will-o-wisps, and other spectral undead are obviously treated slightly different from a reanimated corpse, but generally it's all the same. They're illegal. Even a dead god would have to be exorcised in this place. But imagine if Earth spooked up the place, you'd get a slightly different reaction. Why do you ask? I bet Earth. Sure you did. He's taking it beyond. Fine, I'll believe you in a theoretical sense. It's just too many people. They either think you're crazy or trying to cause someone on election day. Both, actually. He laughs. Have a lovely election day. You too, cleric. Think carefully and then vote. You can make all the difference in the world. His eyes gleam with sarcasm. Trying to hurt us, I think. Who's that guy? I don't remember this guy. Hello? I promise you it was a classic. Girl up Gobros can't do wrong. Oh, they're the Gobros. They're gonna make a painting. Or whatever it's called. A graffito. I forgot his voice to this guy. Cleric! He sniffs a few times and gives a half-enthusiastic wave. Now, what about that foreword? I've already begun to dive into this meaning. We have this new wacky categorization that I can wrap my mind around. It does not appear to be directly linked with any other mental mapping tools we developed before or after his death. You mean the stats? Yeah, the foreword was about the stats. No, the ghost was about the stats. But everything is that's almost like bullshit divination, you know? Not even esoteric kind, the scammy kind, like an ancient theory of elements or the humors. Which one of the six are you? Are you body or are you intellect? Step right up. Not a huge fan. I might be just a bit biased considering his obvious anti-Halfling rhetoric. I think it's genius, because I'm literally talking to all these categories. Or you have something similar, except I've actually developed through proper science, is the 5 personality traits. Though even Cividus would have had dated this day, so I'm not sure what to make of this. There's a having servant. I believe there might be more to it, to all of this, than meets the eyes. I'll make sure to put up a call-out for any information on this man at all major universities on the coast. In time, truth will be unveiled. Can I ask you about alignment? If a man were to murder innocent in order to cast a spell to resurrect a really good god, that would have hundreds more than he ever killed, would that be good or evil? This is about intent, isn't it? You said it's hypothetical for me, but I think your thesis needs to be rethought. The good or evil of an action would be certainly depend on the intent, right? And the man hates himself for doing this, thinking, oh no, how terrible I am for doing this to innocent people, and he's doing all this killing while in the service of sacrificing his own spirits, it would be considered more good. If he did it for his own gain, it would be evil. If he destroys himself in the process, depends on his inner workings, but if he truly believes the word to be 100 times better after his killing spree, his alignment would be good. But this is where you need to rethink. Because what is this? This intention could be entirely delusional. It could be based on outcasts of craziness. In practice, the outcome is all that matters. In the long run, too. Don't think of it as good or evil. Think of what kind of world you wish for to live in. A world where life is a consumable of great men. It's kind of shitty, doesn't it? So am I a bad person for taking bad things? That's not a snorting laugh. If so, then every pubescent kid would have their name carved on the wall at the bottom of the 9th hell. But if you're asking a pervert like me about mortality, then you're about to get shitty advice. Good point. Live life. Follow your stomach, as the Hellenists say. You're a pervert? In a pretty ideological sense, of course. Uh-huh. This was all the fun ways, too. Point to Braxo behind you. What's your thought on the devils? Careful, you know I bite. Oh no. As anyone who studies alignment knows, intent matters, but not so often in practice. I prefer the devil and know from the evil aligned humans I'm forced to deal with. There's one liberating about knowing fully what kind of selfish piece of shit your buddy will be, you know? No surprises. I celestials, you mean? Oh yes, very much so. Okay, let's start with Darrow. Let me just drink something before we go. Okay. Let's go. You see Coinor Darrow speaking with a brown-haired girl in a dress. I'm writing her out, for sure. His daughter. They sure phenotype. We only spoke with Darrow once. I don't know if I even have his voice. It's just an application. You know well enough how proud your mother will be if you were accepted for this. I'm not going. It's not just an application, Dad. For fuck's sake, you pretty much own them. And Wednesday did I buy this university? The girl holds out the letter, shaking in his name. Our name is in the damn pamphlet. Look, he says actually calmly. It's the best establishment on the coast, sweetie. Grace visited before you. It notices you standing there a bit too late. Oh yes, it's her. The so-called assassin. Cleric. Frey goes wide-eyed, glancing between you and Snell. Anger, fear. Versus screaming, not these fucking guys again. Apologies for the swear word. Sweetheart, will we continue speaking about this over dinner? Yeah, yes. Message appeared on your mind. Tell your dad and don't say anything about the dad. Send the message, she utters an awkward, of course, Dad, before sending another message. Please. I'm telling you. There's something Frey here needs to tell you. No, there's not. She's a warlock. He turns to her slowly. You what? Her picture's an aberration below the city. Dad, he's that nuts. Let's see her. She worked for Everglad the Trifler. She was sent to assassinate me several times, but her contract was broken, so things should be cool now. Gives it his daughter. You were trying to kill this cleric? She clenches her jaws and fists. Multiple times. Yeah. And you failed every time? He sounds thoroughly disappointed. What? What? The coordinator holds up her head, taking a deep breath. Cleric, if you know what's good for you, I trust you never speak of this ever again. I'm speaking it to everybody. You suck, man. And Fredis, we'll talk about this later. She's going to start walking away, muttering, fuck you, as she walks past you. The coroner cuts in. How your investigation went well, despite your insistence on ending it without official support. I don't need your help, Magistrate, I can promise you that. He waves his head. Anyway. The coroner adjusts his expensive robe and lifts his head, looking towards the pillar of yore. Now, your esoteric excursion. What do you find out there? The root cause was handled, I hope? I'm not talking about Viskin, we have a deal. I'm not talking about the dragon, I'm not telling him anything. I'm gonna tell him about the Lord Gorm, though. Lord Gorm? He's taken aback by your words. So he's not dead in some dungeon below? He was planning on blowing up the election with a necklace of fireball. It went up prematurely in the shop. I'll be damned. He generally did not expect to hear that. Okay, I understand. He was meant to resurrect Earth by sacrificing humans in Norvik. I always knew that bastard was a crazy setup. I defeated him in the Beyond, he did not survive. Good. Yes, well, the election is clearly going smoothly, so on behalf of the city, I thank you for your service, Cleric. The coroner sees more people arriving from the hills, his eyes narrowing. This is the end of our talk. As you might imagine, I'm quite busy on a day like this. He starts walking away towards the crowd. Stop him. Recall you have something to ask. Information about that tree you spoke about the Blood Tongue. One more thing. He turns around. I know about the Blood Tongue prophecy. His eyes go wide. I've solved all your problems here. You can trust me. The coroner squints. Then he looks at the goblin. Why, you want me to go? Terrible secrets are in store. Actually, he's about to tell you something important. You can feel it. So now go wait around the corner for a few minutes. The goblin scoffs. Sure, why not? Now rolls his eyes and walks away. What there cannot be shared. I'm only sharing this because you're clearly already embedded in this shit. Okay, give me a second. I gotta blow my nose again. Dang cold. Okay, I'm done muting. He's about to tell you something he finds highly annoying, yet the weight of his words. His words is at stake. Not slowly. The explosion was technically predicted. Huh? Esoteric bullshit commencing. It's only obvious in hindsight. Earth be blessed. Be shocked. We're suddenly talking about a prophecy. Only a handful know within the palace. 3 years ago, it was right the night after the council ruled in favor of this election. A scripter was found dead in the Exarch's hall. Before he passed, he penned a scroll in his own blood. The boy had bit off his own tongue. With a divinity, horrific and awesome. What did he write down? I think we already know this prophecy. We've heard about it. The scroll contained this long rambling poem. It is in the style of the Divine Era scripture. They translated it, reading it to us magistrates in a secret meeting, and burned it. The Lord is not a religious man, but even he has respect for the divine. Divine words often inflict great pain upon mortals. We discussed it. We agreed that it was a ridiculous drivel. We ignored it. Just in case, however, I recorded it. How'd you record it? Okay, can I see it? Of course not. But it's relevant? Yes. They mentioned an esoteric era. A renaming of our current post-war era. As far as they could tell, there are several cryptic clues as the prophecy tends to do. Obviously, despite the esoteric nature of the poor boy who bit off his tongue and who wrote it down, we did not take it too seriously at first, until several of the initial predictions were proven true. Let's remember the real events along those many lines of poetic nonsense that I can confirm as having come true, and most of the clues are fairly easy to decrypt, knowing the outcomes. What do you remember? An esoteric era? What was the first event? It was infinite asses will mark the last born god's final conquest, or something like that. Perhaps you've heard of it. A magically massive amount of mules are to this day being created out of thin air in Earthport. This is called Mule Town by now, by anyone who actually lives there. It's of course the last location conquered by Earth before he left to become a glorified mayor. Rude! I'm not sure if a mule exists as an ass per se, but when I made the connection, I grew a little suspicious. Huh. But the second event... Go aside for a moment, I racked my brain over it. I recall was something like, blessed blood upon the carriage shaft, with eyes only upon the lowly snail. The famous halfling rebel fighting against celestial occupation. This guy's fucking with you. This is about the dumb snail incident. 26 PE last year, the anti-magic snail snuck into the palace vault magical barrier and accidentally took Earth's helm, the most holy artifact of all Norvik. It was a month-long scandal covered in the press by the press in detail. The adventurers delved deep on the ground to search for the snail. However, it turned out the snail never left the vault, and the crown was quickly recovered. The kite and the snail? The snail was referred to the big snail incident from last year. Thank the gods I wasn't involved in that shitstorm. Those fool lost your god's crown, imbeciles. The cat reference eluded me for a long time. That until I learned the leader of the Harfoot's clan revolt had a carrot as a nickname. The Halfling revolt in western Ashkani. They won several key battles against the Golden Horde last year. That scared me. Despite all this, I resigned myself to being simply a little crazy. I have to remember the so-called prophecy wrong. So the third event? His eyes closed. It was death upon the day of suffrage, caused by flames amiss. I want some things about Okul, which is found out is a region of Gargamesh, funnily enough. The Okul must refer to tea leaves of the Okul variety, which is exactly what we found in the tea shop. This must be stopped. Prophecies cannot be stopped if we were to believe in them. Perhaps we can adapt them to the variables. The only fool is you and all the others. There were Okul leaves in the tea shop being brewed at the time of their explosion. One looks very, very tired. Well then. We were on course to follow this prophecy exactly. I secretly stopped whatever horror we're planning for our bloody day of suffrage here today. While it's not over yet, we can at least hope that the blood only refers to the excursion into the beyond, or something minor. Either way, I strongly believe that we are on a course to find ourselves in the esoteric era. The coming months, I'll make sure to keep you close, now that you are in on our little secrets. You'll be my hand on this. So the future is at least somewhat spelled out for us, which I'll make use of it our advantage. I suppose so, Magistrate. I suppose so as well. Alas, I'll keep you informed. He whistles. The garbage companion, who was standing a bit up the hill, comes waltzing back. But the god if it was for me. Alas, he heard it just the same. The coin lord sees more people arriving from the hill. This is the end of our talk. He says the same thing again. His words come across as more of a threat than advice. It disappears that those stats smells without a groan. What an asshole. Tell me this is a giant secret. The guy looks at you. Yeah? Yeah. Well, that sounds about right. It's like really secretive stuff you can't tell anyone. Understood. He just sounds tired. Can we go now? You get what I'm saying, right? I think so. We should talk about it later. Right now, we got some stuff to handle. Time to vote! At first I was thinking to vote be by the party of nationalists because that's what Strength was telling me. But then we discovered that we were on a redemption quest because we were betrayed, quote-unquote, by the nationalists, the magistrate, whatever you want to call it, who made, because Ragnar made a Freestrider pamphlet, and then we learned that he had the past as an Asgardist, but was thrown away by all the people who brought him to this place. A tough choice. So we tried Agrarian and all the other ones. Apolitical, Arcanist, Agrarian. But in the end, we asked our god, Earth, and he told us to vote nationalist, not for any political reason, but because we can take over the party. Which sounds about right. A few people remain in queue. The most are finished, done with this charade. It's getting late. The companion looks around the chamber, the faint yellow light filling every corner. Light into darkness on the day of suffrage. Might be time to cast your vote, eh? You're going to miss this. It's been one hell of a quest. The time has come. The end is near. I've talked to enough people. Let's wait in line. Finally vote in the election and finish up your quest. Well, that's it then. Bit of a wait, and then it's done. Exhaustion. His words drip in it. I need a long rest. Same. Snag grabs one of the fence poles nearby, leaning his body weight upon it. Just staying here like this, Jesus, I feel like I'm getting feeble-minded. There's still strength in their bones. A little bit longer. I'm not sure how to even comprehend this damn day. Rubs his bloodshot eyes. You could always talk to the press. The press? I get this all done on print. This could be a wonderful opportunity to share some Asgardist love. A man does not need a story to be told. The larger the tale is when you fall into your grave, the bigger manhood. I got a friend in the post who'd love to write all about this. Lumiere Kalchov. She's this crazy lizard woman. I think you'd like her. Not sure how much you're able to say without getting in trouble with any of your bosses, of course. You've got friends everywhere, it seems. This line of work, I've never seemed to make acquaintances, only enemies or friends. Could be fun, maybe. What do you think about? That's for tomorrow, or next week, or next month. Who knows how the city will look by then? It'll be a great seismic shift. How hollow it will all feel afterwards. But more importantly, will Snell be okay? Will his people make it through the change? Will you be alright? I'll be fine. A nonchalant shrug. With a hint of uncertainty. I've helped build one hell of an institution here. I make it true, no matter who's running the show. The halfway bridge tribe will survive, I'm sure of that. Whatever you do not equate them to cockroaches. You got some spunk in you. Sure. We got spunk. Now, you on the other hand. Me? Well, what's your plan? You'll be the hero the city needs, no matter the cost. You will serve, bend over, pray for mercy. You will live. You'll help make the city a utopia for all. That gives you a moment to think. I'll be the best cleric. Heh. He shoots you a wicked grin. I'm sure you already are. Thanks for taking the arrow to shove it. That was great to see. I did? When? You know when he told you to dismiss me? That was a while back. That was cool. Really didn't expect it. As you keep talking, the chamber appears to grow even thinner with folks. You have a few more minutes left before it's time. I gotta ask your political opinions. Yeah? Hit me. What are you voting in the election, citizen? That's private. Wants to have a piece of it to himself. Understandable, but you know I had to ask. I didn't expect, yeah. It's a hearty scoff. I'll tell you this much, though. It won't be for the Freestriders. Good choice. I'm not sure how healthy an anti stance really is, but I'm sure they'll win in the end somehow. They always seem to do just that. And you're red, I assume? Can I vote for lawful good? That's what I am. I don't think that's how it works, Cleric, but you do you. Use the yellow notepad. I don't have to write down stuff, I swear, but at some point I realized I should note down how often you make all these political comments. It's become pretty ridiculous at some point. Then he flips through it. Here. It's not sure you have a page full of scribbled lines. It's like 30 times, Cleric. I'm not saying you should be politically engaged, but you're clearly a bit too fixated. That's because he really wants his voice to be heard, though he doesn't have much to say. But it's important. It's more important than all of us combined. I suppose so. The guardian shakes his head, placing the yellow notepad back into the jacket. As he looks away, silence takes over between the two of you. There's something, Something is left unspoken. It's weighing on Schnell's mind. Takes a deep breath. It's a bit longer than it's all done. Don't want to address it unless you do it first. Solve the tea shop mystery. You got him out in the living library. You had the chat about relationship. You took a breather together. You stood up for him. You didn't think your virginity was a big deal. He wants to be friends. Friendship. Snell's a good person. He is a goblin. Yet you have seen some great integrity within him. There's not something you ever suspected in your such a crossing. You can trust him and you understand him. What's he thinking about then? He's thinking of Earth. Ah. Snell is friend. There's a lot unspoken about your encounter in the void. Let him ask it. You're thinking about something. I am? I can tell. Let's talk about Earth. The goblin slowly closes his eyes, relaxing his posture. He's carrying it no longer. I have to ask. I just had a brisk conversation with the man who personally slaughtered my entire race. Let me ask, what the fuck am I supposed to feel about that? He made it very clear to his face, which is impressive. I figured I'm the only goblin alive who actually gonna get some chance to rage on the guy. Be ashamed to let that chance slip away, but... His brow furrows onto his scrunched mess as he adjusts his jacket. I don't know, part of me hates that he got into me at all. How do you mean? Should have shot him with a sling for what he's done, but... Something about that look in his eyes. I would expect that look in the eyes of someone with that kind of power. Who had that kind of power. That he knew from the start that it was just a gamble. I don't know how to even process that. That's how all those gods went about it? Following divine visions of whichever die roll had the greatest chance of success? It's insane. Let him speak. Then placed a club against his temple. There's just this old man there, defending every choice he's made, as if he were infallible, while also showing so much regret, like he knows how much he's fucked up along the way. But he still do it again. Am I supposed to feel bad for him? Or should I be some all-forgiving monk just because he did his best? On top of that, he has the gall to tell me what should I do, like his words are anything other than the remedies of the dead god? The reason we'll do it again is because maybe this time when he rolls the dice, it'll be a success. We've done this too in this adventure. I don't know. It is done the beautifully carved dwarven tiles. How do you feel about it? Follow what your heart is whispering. Exasperation. Breathless thinking. There's a good answer. Be straight with me. We're just a man endowed by divine spark. Treat him like any other human and you will see the truth. The goblin looks up. I can do that. The goblin's eyes are full of contemplation. You will think about this conversation as much as you will about the one with your god. A string is woven, the path is set. Feel the warmth and strand and calming phrase. It's not so bad after everything. A goblin with good spirit might be exactly what the city needs. I did it! The dwarf in front of the queue yells, his voice echoing out in the now almost empty temple chamber. I finally voted! I actually did it! Yay! The dwarf turns to look over from the chamber, tears streaming from his bloodshot eyes. I didn't think it would be so difficult! I just got one guy who cares as much about politics as you. With this judgment done, you see nothing now. Nothing standing between you and your voice. Save your city now! Rumblings. A vote. A trove. A war. This is the first in the rule of 3. Let's go. The end of election day. You approach the ballot box. It's slit. A care of possibilities. You have to cast this damn vote. The answer you drop his own voting card. As he leaves, only you and Snell remain. Speaking of which, here, from his breast pocket, the goblin shows you a freshly printed voting card. Without any of the boxes filled in. Snag one of those on the way in. You'll need it after the bossy move downstairs. You're at the library. Sorry again about that. That was almost entirely on me. It kinda was, wasn't it? A smirk. Don't push it. You see the Norwegian stamp in the corner. Must be some goblin special version of the voting card. How lovely. You've done well, my goblin psychic. Nah. You think of everything, don't you? I've got an eye for detail. Pulls up another card, looking just as fresh. I just snagged an extra when I took one for myself. Unceremoniously, Snills dropped his own voting card into the box. Huh? Done. A power move. The vote has been cast. Huh? What? Like that? What do you want? A fucking ritual, song and dance? It's in the box, that's what matters. He has known for a long time what you put in the box. Guess I expected you to care a bit more. But enough for this election. Half the halfways wouldn't even be able to vote if I hadn't gotten those extra papers printed up. Trust me, I care, but I'm also very happy that it's over. I guess it's not so hard to vote after all. Depends on the person, I assume. Anyhow, your turn, cleric. It's shadow ominous. Emanating a certain uncertain future. The ballot box. Afraid of no return. Ready to leave, and instead looks back with a squelch expression. Just one more thing. The prayer. Ah? The prayer. You already mentioned that you will pray every night for one thing. It's been killing me, so I gotta ask, what was it? Your heart falls on the floor. It meshes with the dwarven tile. Yeah? Your most closely guarded secret. Only share with your god. Does he deserve to hear it? Say it! I would look out the window each night. I looked at the moon and the dark sky. I would ask her to give me one thing. Yeah? He leans in. What was it? Hold up a finger. One. Only one is enough. I prayed for one friend. One friend. That would be enough. That's... He gives a shrug. That's not unreasonable. Do I have low standards? Potentially, the goblin says, attempting to contain a laugh. That's not a bad trait. It was like a sharp claw. A handshake. A show of friendship. A brotherhood. Shake it! You give a firm handshake. He grins. Your brothers in arms. He's going to miss this. See you around, cleric. Your goblin companion then walks down the stairs, heading towards the exit. You will see him again, for your strings are interlinked. As he goes, you hear him call out, and don't vote for anything stupid! What should be the Temple of Earth? Then you're alone. Turn back to the ballot box. You see it staring at you. I teared up from that. Ugh. Next to it, a simple pencil. Alone. Years of strife. For what? For your ancestral hope to be broken into squabbling pieces. All for this dream of democracy, a foreign dream. Vote. Vote for every person, every creature, all things in the world of yours. Vote. Pick up the pencil. Look at the cards. Everything upon your shoulders. As you bring forward the voting card, the pencil in your hand, a world watching. Gambling. The ballot box offers no support, yet you must do it. You choose, one final time. Is this the time of voting? Sounds important. Meek thinks Master will choose good. Would help me choose Meek? Oh. Is there a Meek vote for? There should be, but no. No. Then Meek will skip. Will is cast for the self. The natural state of things. The talking scarf moves back into the not talking scarf. The ballot box calls to you. You can delay it no longer. Think about the orange ledger. Information is for the people now. Everyone will be hearing about it in the coming days. But remember, you did not conjure the storm. All you did was unveil it. Fear, that is all it brings. Fear of a city lost to greed. No matter what, you know the truth from Earth himself. The city was betrayed. You were betrayed. Your body quakes at the slight chance. The smallest possibility of retribution against those responsible. Time will tell. I'll get this over with before you collect as much moss as this foul temple. What if I choose wrong? There's a reason goodness is aligned with intent rather than outcome. If you revalue the world, then there is no wrong choice. When you attempt to fight for the right. No one's ever going to find out what you write on that card. It's not really. If someone asks later, you can just lie, so don't think about much into it. There's no correct vote, no wrong either. Simply making do with this one singular voice of yours. Insignificant duty in the sea of mediocrity. Gods be damned, you cannot wait for this section to be over. What will happen in Norvik? Difficult to say. Chaos, order breaking down, complete collapse, or more logically, nothing at all. Nothing ever really changed from humanities like democracies. The city will live on. It has dealt with bigger issues in the past, it will survive worse disasters in the future. You will make sure of it. There'll be good days ahead, for you and all folks in this wonderful city. You just want to vote, it doesn't really matter, right? That's actually true, yeah. One man fighting against odds, impossible odds. There's nothing more significant. Tense, yet still. You're in control here. I'm gonna vote for... Let's look at vote for Ragn, vote for the Cleric, vote for Snell, the Arcanist, the Agrarian, the Ascetist, the Revolutionary Free Strider Party of Norvik. Put in every box. Leave it empty. Fill all the boxes! Perfect. If you vote for them all, then no one can get mad at you. I'm sure you find a place in Norvik of tomorrow. You hold the card in your hand, the ballot box below. A symbol for everything you are, everything you can. Once you put this voting card inside that box, you already made your choice. Now follow the strings. 50%. 50-50. Esoteric Ebb. Well, that was a lot of fun. Okay, I thought for a second we were gonna get an epilogue, but no. I guess that's it then. I gotta say, I enjoyed much more when the game explored the fantasy tropes rather than the typical election political tropes. It was a lot of fun. I think it had more potential if instead of having the just classic boring, just regular parties, you'd have, like, for example, if you mixed in the nationalists with the arcanists, and you mixed in the free... Actually, the freestylers already have that fantasy thing going on with the celestials and stuff. The Asgarists mixed in with, like, the dwarves and stuff, but it doesn't really come into play. This was the more exploration of the tropes. Especially if they mixed in alignment as well, that could have been fun. The alignment was mostly, like, ignored more for the most part. Even though it's like a core concept of the universe. So yeah, it had potential to be even better, but it was still a lot of fun. And of course, there's plenty of paths I didn't see for myself because I didn't have the stats or the build or the choices for it. Wonder what kind of differences there can be. I played Disco Elysium, yes! And we're going to be playing next time, tomorrow, Zero Perish with Dead Spy, which is made by the same developers as Disco Elysium. No, I never played Disco Elysium on the channel, no. I guess I think you can make it would be a not blind. You can make like a playthrough where you do different choices, but meh. I prefer for the first time when you actually have to agonize over your decisions, not knowing the outcome. And roll the dice. I want to check out Zero Parades too. Yeah. We'll be playing it tomorrow. See what it's like. I'm hoping it's going to be somewhat different from Disco Elysium. The same mechanics, but not the same, like, themes and stories and aspects, and maybe even a different world. I guess we'll see. Sleep Party People. Was that? Is that a company of some kind? The people working on it is very different even though it's the same dev. Good to know. People who made this Elysium left the company. I guess we'll see. We'll see what becomes of it. We're gonna go one layer above the pillar. Angel Hair Audio. The Big Oil Recording Company. Is that real? Published by Raw Fury. Marketing, community. Quite a lot of people. Sales, company management, finances. No, finance singular, not finances. Fury Studios. Can you imagine what became of the world after this? You, the seagull. Never spoke with it. Wonder what mysteries it hides. We're going higher. One more layer. Voiceovers. There were voiceovers? Wait a second, there was supposed to be voiceovers? Maybe a different language. Oh, maybe it was the grunting. The meh, wah, meh. Those things. Special thanks to Throwback Mountains, The Coven, 3,000 liters of tea, and I didn't read the rest. Oh wait, more. Science Parks, Skövde, Sweden Game Arena, University of Skövde, The Big Oil Recording Company, every level percent the Incubator. There was Dungeons and Dragons, The Secret of Monkey Islands, ooh, Planescape Torment, and Disco Elysium. Monkey Island is an interesting one. The World of Esoteric Ebb is pretty interesting. It looks like it has many secrets. And an interesting inspiration of the classic D&D tropes in a different world. The strange work of fiction, names, blah blah blah, are not actual events. The privilege to work with many so wonderful people for the last 2 years, this has been an awesome journey for me. Sometimes exhausting, sometimes joyful, but lonely. 8 years of trial and error, a burning save, didn't read the rest. We end today's session. And the campaign. It's going to be the DM for you over the course of this adventure. Your cleric has been incredibly interesting to watch. A one-on-one session of D&D. It's a compliment. Thank you. Somehow you actually managed to score an actual date with Ether, the literal angel. We just had to ask nicely. I'm sure she's surprised about that as I am. Yet you went to the distance and showed yourself interesting to whatever small degree before this ancient metaphysical being. That was the real quest. Be proud of that. And a little afraid. When it comes to me, you obviously got a familiar for life. But you better keep an eye out. That old master of his is definitely still around. Maybe you'll even get to have a chat with him at some point. I thought for sure he was going to be the perpetrator. do all the magic stuff he had with invisibility and all that. Right, and you also got a cranium ant in your pocket. Man, you're really picking up a lot of these friends, aren't you? Oh, we forgot to talk with the cranium ant. Oh man. Your mom is gonna freak. Whatever. There are questions surrounding those lost mines Askel was looking for. That sounds to me like a higher tier dungeon to me. Could be. Deliver the cranium man to his home? I did, but then he decided to stick around. I'm guessing that might be a great focus for the next adventure. Who doesn't love a good treasure hunt? He wanted to see the election, I believe. By the way, Medicine and Rollo were an interesting pairing, huh? Kind of. I'd say that mix-up would cause some serious trouble down the line. An Axe-God-Nash's alliance? That couldn't possibly last, could it? Is that what Urk wanted? Earth? But what the Golden Horde will keep a watchful and radiating eye on the city of yours. I guess it counts as an epilogue as any. That I might even end up visiting on you because of how you played it in that meeting. That'd be exciting to see. Some higher level adventures. As for Viskin, your little adventure is nothing to him, obviously. I'm pretty certain after your midnight meeting, and he and his helpers will end up crossing paths with you again, one way or another. Probably gonna be for murder purposes, eventually. Ultimately, though, I'm most intrigued by your dealings with Darrow, the fact that he shared all that info about the Blood Tongue prophecy. I will most definitely come back to haunt your cleric in the future. Speaking of which, the cleric. We never took off our helmet. With the actions done, I feel like this campaign needs a time skip. A couple of months, years, a day. Just one day is good enough. Norbert is heading to tumultuous times, but your freestyler cleric will surely prosper in the modern world, or at least get a job. Class freestrider? If you say so. Can't wait to see what you do next. Christopher Beauregard. Must be the milk. That's the thing we saw. When we were speaking with dead on ourselves. Oh. And so it is done. Well, that was fun. Okay, well. Thank you for watching. See you guys tomorrow for 0 Parades for Dead Spies. We'll see how that goes. And hopefully it'll be fun. Okay, bye 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 bye.